Hey, what's good, people? Whether it's an earbud at work, in between class, while you're working out, or sitting on your ass, I want to welcome you to the CharlieGtv Podcast. And we have so much lined up here for you today, all right? It's August 11th, and the weather is honestly is cooling down a little bit considering that it's August, you know what I'm saying? But we have a lot to get into with you today. We talk about dating, modern dating, talking about prison, female prison, a whole lot of sex talk, a whole lot of things going on. There's a lot of things happening. Charles giving you headlines as well. You know what I mean? The same thing we do every week. You know what I'm saying? Coming at you consistent. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Remember to like and subscribe. You know I'm coming at you every week. But before we get into all of that, I have to introduce the lovely guest that we have on here today. She's a Detroit native who tells it like it is. She has a unique point of view and has no problem sharing it. She's a carpenter, a very good cook, a mother, and she loves to skate and do and hustle. You know what I mean? And she has many other skills as well. Representing what many say is the best side, the west side, the real, the authentic. Keke, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. So, yeah, we start every podcast with what I call the Watch This Week, which could be a TV show, it could be a movie, it could be an anime or a YouTube channel that you like, just anything that you happen to be watching that you want to recommend to the people that they should maybe check out. Or it could be story time of something crazy happened this week. But what happened this week? What came across your consciousness that you want to relate to the people?
Well, our voting.
Voting.
Yeah, voting. Definitely voting. Everybody needs to get out and vote.
I was not expecting that. I wasn't expecting you to come with the political angle, which it is very necessary. You know what I mean? But I love that. I love that. Go out and vote. That's very good. That's very good. You know, that's very good. You know what I mean? You watching the world. You watch what's going on. You need to go vote. You really do. I could definitely get behind that. I don't have my watch this week. My watch this week has been the ChatGPT 4.0 presentation. ChatGPT is AI, and I feel like AI is becoming more and more prevalent these days. You know what I mean? It's getting more and more advanced. I don't have access to the new ChatGPT 4.0 because they haven't rolled it out yet enough. They're still working on it. But when I tell you that presentation is so lifelike and she's able to do so much, you know what I mean? The current one I have is a little disappointing. I try to make it do stuff, but it can't do it. It's a little disappointing, you know what I mean? But the newer one that's coming out is going to be way, way better. You know what I mean? It's going to be way better. And it's going to be fantastic. So I recommend people to go look at the AI, to go look in the AI. You know, go see how it can help you, because it can help you do whatever you're doing. If you're trying to build a business, like, for example, I was talking to ChatGPT in a conversation about this podcast docket. This is one of the first dockets. This one and another one that I crafted talking with ChatGPT a little bit. I was like, oh, I have a guest about this. I wanted to know about this. And then she gave me a list of questions that was like questions that she was. So now I took some of them on my own, some of them I remixed, you know what I'm saying? But just having someone to talk to about a podcast, about you trying to do things, to give you ideas of what angles to take, you know what I mean, is useful. You know what I mean? You can't always guarantee to have a friend that's willing to steer, but the AI could be there for you, you know what I mean, to bounce ideas off of. So just for brainstorming, just for you trying to think through your process of thoughts or trying to think through a problem, you know what I mean? I've heard some professors say it's equivalent to being with someone with about a master's level education. So imagine being able to sit with a professor anytime you wanted and just ask them questions and think through your problems, you know what I mean? So to have access to that level of intelligence whenever you wanted to talk to it is beneficial, and it's only getting better and better, and it's crazy how much better it's gotten. So look into AI, you know what I'm saying? Because on one hand, yeah, it's scary. It could kill us all, take over the world, and take your job. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm not ignoring that. You know what I'm saying? But it can also help you start your business. It could also help you learn all sorts of new skills. You know what I mean? It could also help you fix something in your house. What if you want to fix something? You ask, how do you fix something? It can walk you through a tutorial on how to fix something and tell you step by step. You know what I mean? You never know what this AI could do for you in the future. You know what I'm saying? So look into it because it's only getting better. You know what I mean? So first question I have for you was, what was it like for you growing up? Did you have a lot of brothers and sisters? Were you only child? And what were your parents like?
Well, my mom and dad wasn't married. My mom was a single parent, and she had two kids, which was me and my brother. Being the oldest, and my father, he has 27 kids.
You lying? Is that an exaggeration?
No, I'm serious.
27 kids.
Yeah. So,
All right.
That created my sisters and
Yeah.
the big family, because I only had a brother with my mom, but with my dad I had sisters and brothers. So I left home at 12, so I basically raised myself. My mom or dad didn't do that. I was basically in the juvenile system and the prison system all my life. So from 12, I was on my own, and then I went to juvenile.
Man. At 12 or like?
Yeah, at 12.
Man. You can't. See, I had someone on here before that emancipated themselves at 16, but you can't do that at 12.
No.
You know what I mean? So that's an unfortunate situation to have to be in, to have to. So how did you react to being in the system? You're 12. You got arrested for probably just trying to do things to survive. You know what I mean?
Well,
and how long was you in? How long were you in there your first time getting locked up at 12?
When I was my first time, I want to say I was in there for 6 months.
Okay, all right.
6 months. Then I want to say they sent me somewhere, and I ran from the center. So that's why I wasn't locked up that soon, because they committed me to the state my first time being locked up.
They committed you to the state your first time being locked up, and you ran?
Yeah.
Well, so what does being committed to the state mean? They put you like in a
Committed me to the state till I was 21. So that means I was the property of the state till I was 21, and I could be in any juvenile facility until I was 21.
So she went from 6 months to that's strange. 21. Do they put you in high school? Do they educate you at all?
Yeah, definitely. You get an education and you learn skills and a lot of things.
Okay.
There's a lot of benefits.
All right. So there's some opportunities there as well. What do you think played the biggest role in that happening there? Was it your family and your environment more so, or do you think you were just what do you think most led to that?
Well, I'm gonna say my family and the environment.
Family and environment, yeah, because at 12 you can't be making much decisions for yourself. You know what I mean? I would probably, because I have a 14-year-old little sister. You know what I mean? And I can't imagine. Like, nah, even me in my bum-ass little one-bedroom apartment right now, like, I would definitely, if everything goes left, I would definitely tell my little sister, you go ahead and you have to live with me. You know what I mean? Or, like, we're going to take over the crib, but you 14, you ain't about to be out here. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So at 12, I feel for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, so from your experience, what is juvenile? Does a juvenile prison how is it different from adult prison?
Oh, it's a lot of different. In juvenile, you're basically you're treated like a baby, so they're holding your hand through life and trying to teach you how to be an adult. Mm-hmm. Adult prison is teaching you how to be a better criminal.
Wow.
So.
Wow. That's not good.
No.
That's
not at all.
So you think the adult prison has something to learn from the juvenile system? Because the juvenile system seems to be more encouraging you to be a better citizen, be a better adult, you know what I mean? Whereas, as you said, the adult one is just leaving you to the education of becoming a better criminal, which is what I have heard that a lot, though. I've heard that if you leave jail, if you went into jail, this level of a criminal, you're probably gonna leave a higher, knowing how to, a better criminal, like you said, not.
It is. You're definitely gonna leave a better criminal.
That's which is not, I think, what they want. Although I don't know, because they have a profit motive because of prison. I feel like the whole recidivism rate, like the whole people that come out of prison end up going back to prison, they want that to happen so that they can, because now they get money for prisoners, so it's like they're not incentivized to make you not come back, because if you don't come back, then that hurts them, as opposed to if you do come back. So that's why, like, the profit motive, much as I love capitalism, I feel like there's certain areas that have to be protected from the profit motive. Like prison, like, yeah, we shouldn't be trying to make money off our prisoners, dog, for real. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be trying to, or necessarily in that way. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be trying to make money off of the health system. Like, if people are living and dying, we shouldn't be like, well, how much are we getting paid for them living and dying? Like, no, come on. Can you save the human? Can we prevent human suffering? You know what I'm saying? So I say education, the prison system, and healthcare. We should remove the profit motive from those sectors. You know what I mean? Everything else could be free market capitalism. You know what I mean? But when we are locking up or dealing with people that have had rough upbringings, or maybe some mental illness, or they're hooked on some sort of drugs, you know what I mean? We should be coming at them with compassion, with corrective measures, you know what I mean, and try to enlighten them and teach. Not like leaving them to their devices, or because I've heard also of CEOs abusing their power in different ways, and which fucks with people's vision of what because a guy, he was like, these people are supposed to be upstanding citizens, right? They're supposed to be good people, you know what I mean? And when you got the CEOs abusing their power, doing bad things, you know what I mean? It doesn't make you want to be a good person. It makes you feel like no one's a good person, almost. It makes you feel like, it makes you feel, it kind of hurts your whole hope in society that you're supposed to go rejoin.
Well, it made me not like the police. So that's what it did. It made me not like the police, because you got, but then I can't even just put the shame on the bad ones like that, because the good ones definitely outweigh the bad ones.
The good ones outweigh the bad ones.
Definitely.
That's good. That's good.
I have some officers that I did time with that cried with me, and I can literally say is my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got the bad ones. You got the bad ones, and you're like, but the good ones definitely outweigh the bad ones.
That's good. That's good to hear. That's very, very encouraging to hear. I'm happy to hear that. You know what I mean? From your experience, what do you think are some of the main differences, from your knowledge, between male and female prisons?
Well, the difference between the women's and the men are, when you go into the men, you have to fight to keep your virginity, and you have to show that you are just, hey, this macho man, you from the street, you know what I'm saying? And no telling what you done did in the streets, who people is, behind the bars waiting on you. So you have something to prove. Versus the women, we're not like that. You know what I'm saying? We do some stuff, but we ain't like, we're not killing one another. We're not running up in rooms stabbing one another. You know what I'm saying?
It's not as, you feel like it's not as violent as the male prisons?
It's definitely not as violent as the male prisons. It's definitely not.
All right.
We fight though. We do fight. We do fight.
Yeah,
we fight. We definitely fight.
That's funny. Yeah, I've thought about that with the male prisons. Listen, I have no desire to deal with male prisons at all. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've heard some male prisoners have told me that they feel like that's a little exaggerated to a degree. You know what I mean? They don't feel like raping is that. Like, because I'll be honest, as a young kid, especially watching the Boondocks, my booty, whatever it's funny. Like I like you and I want you. No, I'm just like.
Well, I probably can agree. It probably is over exaggerated because it probably doesn't come to a point until it's someone that comes in there who raped a little girl,
Yeah,
or
one of those guys, type of guys. You
you
know what I
know
mean?
what I'm saying, or is a pedophile. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Or you probably
But
did
if you on
something
that
to.
type of time, and if you on that type of time, and if you like that type of stuff, like it might happen to you, or like
Oh,
something. I
it's
don't
gonna
know.
happen to you because you like it. So of
Yeah,
course it's gonna happen to
yeah,
you
yeah. Like if you in there and you
because you're
associate,
seeking it.
if you're associating with the gay people, or you talking to
Yeah.
the guys that's acting like girls in there, you know what I'm saying? And well, like then you in with that ill, then that's they, you know what I'm saying. But who you associate with, I learned from my conversations matters a lot in prison. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Who
definitely.
you
It
associate
does.
with.
It
You know what I
does.
mean?
I don't. I'm gonna say, stay to yourself.
You say stay to yourself is the safest way to go. You feel like
Yeah.
stay to yourself. All right. Um, would you say are there any specific programs or support systems in female prisons that you think male prisons could benefit from, or are there any that you've heard of maybe on the male side that the females should get?
Well, I think that we share the same right now because we did. Um, the women fought to get everything that the men get.
Okay.
So everything that they get, we get. So there's nothing in the
Good.
women's prison that's not in the men's prison.
Good. All right. All right. But here's one thing that I feel like is in women's prisons that's not so much in men's prisons. More in California, even though I'm skipping a bit. But so there's a problem going on in California prisons to the point, because they're very woke out there and they have this whole transgender thing going on out there. It's to the point where they have, even though they have some men that are like rapists or whatever, like and during their sentencing or during the court process, they identify as a woman, and they've been allowed to serve their time in women prisons. These biologically male people, and it's gotten to the point where they have literal, in the vending machines in the female prisons in California, they have condoms in the vending machines, and they have anti-birth like presentations and birth control presentations, stuff like that, to this girl, because because basically these guys are obviously having a lot of fun in there, doing a lot of extracurricular activities. You know what I mean? Getting busy with these shorties in there, acting like what's obvious. It's obviously gonna happen. This guy got locked up for being a sexual deviant, obviously doing things with kids he shouldn't be doing, whatever he was doing. And then he told you he was a woman at the end, and you let him into a woman's prison. What do you think he's doing in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obviously like dog. You know what I mean? So, were there any? This not happening in Michigan. There's no way that there's any men that identify as women that
Well,
actually still have a dick that's actually in a woman's prison in Michigan. That's not a thing, right?
the only thing I've ever seen in Michigan women's prison is a morphodike.
Hermaphrodite. So she
Yeah.
has like a both.
Yeah. So, and
I know that's a real thing. Them having both.
yeah. So
That's
definitely,
crazy.
It was two of them that was there. So yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen one in real life, and all the ones I've seen online, I don't think that.
I was so interested. I was like, I gotta see it.
Yeah,
Let
what the
me
fuck is
see
going
it.
on?
They was like so embarrassed. I was like, no.
So did you actually get to see it?
Yeah, because I made the girlfriend make me see it. So I said, tell your girlfriend she gotta let me see it.
So what the fuck is actually going on down there? What is it? Just like a really big clit, or is it like an actual?
It looks like
dick?
a regular, vagina, and then it has a little dinglings that's either is fully developed or not.
So it's
It's like
clit.
if
Is
you
it the
got
clit?
two, then one of the more go to one of them. It doesn't go to both of them. So if you got two, then you're gonna have more of the penis or more of the vagina. So whatever the Lord blesses you with more of, then that's what you're gonna have more of.
Wow, that's that. I still bugs me. Still bugs me out. I don't even know. I don't even know what to. I still have. I remember when I've told girls this before, and some of them deny it, but some of them know it's true. I'll be like, when they get a little lady boner, I be laughing at them. I'll be like, listen, they get different. They get a little inflamed, get a little different. It's like she pop out behind the curtain, like, hey, what's going on out? You know what I mean? She get a little inflamed. I find it funny, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? So they be like, I don't do that. I don't get that. I be like, you do.
Yes, you do. That's why you
Listen,
said
I
it.
get down there. When you get down, I'll be in there. You know what I'm saying? All in there with the mushing it. You do. You be funny. They be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's why you reacting to
Yeah,
it.
you can feel it. Goddamn. But anyway,
For sure.
what do you So I was just saying some challenges different. I guess you already answered that with the men having to defend their manhood, pretty much going into jail with women not having to deal with that as much. You know what I mean? But is there like a female equivalent of that? I guess not. So what's the top? Because the top fear of going into male prisons is getting raped. It's either getting raped or getting killed. You know what I mean? But I feel like more men fear getting raped. You know what I mean? Because you know. So, but what is the top fear going into a female prison? If it's not getting like raped, she's gonna like scissor you to death or finger you to death. Like, it's gonna be all right. But like, what is it?
I don't think we have a fear. Unless you've been there before. If you've been there before, the fear is that the parole board is not going to let you go home. So.
Yeah, they're going to be like, nah.
But, that's it. We don't have a fear because our prison is not like
it's not
violent like that.
Yeah.
So if there's females that come and they're young, I don't even know because the youngest prisoner we've had was 14 and she came in there like, what? Had more balls than me. So I'm just saying, yeah. So I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you one thing about if I ever rob a bank, I'm robbing it in California, and I'm identifying as a woman when I go. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm definitely doing all my crimes in California if I'm doing them. You know what I mean? So yeah, are there any? No. All right, so both situations, in theory, have each person deprived, but like. Even though I feel like I have an answer for this, I know how I feel about it. But do you think it's harder for a woman going into prison to be denied dick, or for a guy going into jail to be denied pussy? Which one do you think is a harder?
The guy. Because they think they got two brains and they think too much with that second one. You know what I mean? We don't have to have it. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Okay.
So you feel like it's not as.
Because women, we can, like, just like they can please themselves, we can please ourselves. But we don't even be thinking about that. It's like out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. All right. I understand that. You know what I mean? Guys, I don't know. Guys is different. I mean, I've heard some females talk about it, and they'd be like, maybe they might. But I don't know. I don't know what it's like when a woman gets. Will you say something?
Well, yeah, because don't get it twisted. Now it gets down in that prison with them women. They make dildos and all that stuff.
They make dildos.
Yeah, so
see, the male
it gets down. It
shanks.
goes down.
What are they making dildos out of?
Yarn and cotton. Like, yes, they does it. They makes it and they sells them. Okay, they buy them. So it goes down in there. Don't get it twisted. Like, oh, they don't just gotta have it, but it goes down in there. If they want it, they can get it.
I watched a lot of seasons of Orange is the New Black, and not once did they manufacture a dildo.
That's what they do here. They make them.
They
make them. They cost $10.
I heard a lot of
$10. If you want a big one, it's $20.
If you want a big one,
it's $20.
You funny.
Quit playing with them. Shout out to my Huron Valley girls. Hobby crap.
Yeah, funny as hell. You know what I mean? But it's got to be harder for the guys going out. It's harder for the guys.
Yeah.
The worst part about the guys is that not only so you can't get no pussy. All right? You in there, you gotta jerk off, and then you not in the cell alone. So then you gotta jerk off with a nigga either above you or below you, and God forbid if a nigga on the side. You know what I mean? So it's just terrible. It's just terrible experience. You know what I mean? Yeah, I used to have to share a room with my brother for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? And Yeah, you just got to go in the bathroom or something. I couldn't imagine my brother over there sleeping in the room when they ain't about to happen, dog. Or you just know. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. You never know.
But
I don't know.
But if you in jail for some years, you know what I'm saying?
They don't even got to be in there for no years. Okay, quit even trying to sugarcoat it for these men. They don't got to be in there for no years. They be coming straight through the door, wanting to get it in the dookie shoot because they was already getting it in the dookie shoot out here on the down low. So that's better for them. Once they go to prison, they feel like nobody else is gonna find out.
Wow.
Yeah, quit trying. Yeah,
terrible.
They on the down low out here.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
And at the end of the day, they made it. I mean, if a woman can tell you she bisexual, why can't a man say, "Hey, I'm bisexual"?
Because God and do good and goddamn well, it's not the same.
Well, I'm just saying, if a woman can tell a man that, a man should be able to tell a woman that.
You can say that, but that's like that to me. That's like the odds of a woman, a black woman specifically, in my opinion, the odds of a black woman accepting a bisexual man.
Oh yeah, because it's not
the
the
same
odds
of it's the same odds of.
Because once she find out he that way, it's over.
She never going.
Period. Look,
women are
she's
the
not
most
gonna look at him the same.
Motherfuckers.
She's not gonna look at him the same.
No.
And she's gonna dog walk him because he's a little bitch now.
That's how she always gonna see him as a little bitch. That's how she always gonna see him.
Period. Because at the end of the day, like, what type of masculine? What? Huh?
Nah. There's no way she can respect that. There's no way. That's like you. I mean, you got a better chance losing a fight in front of your girl. You know what I mean?
Period.
Then because both things is bad. Either way, you got dominated by a man in front of her and in her mind.
But
so because of that, she would have a problem with that.
But it's some women out here that's into that. You get what I'm saying? They're into that. They're into that. They will accept that. You know, and all you got to do is be honest. But you can't even get them to be honest.
Nah, don't. I said this in the past. One of my biggest mistakes I ever felt like I made with a female, with a relationship I was in, was crying in that relationship. Like at one point I cried in front of her. And it wasn't I'll cry at a movie. I don't got a problem with that. Even a movie, that's one thing. You know what I mean? Or a show, that's one thing. But crying about like our relationship or something in relation that was going like crying about some real life situation that's not like somebody died or something. Like no, I'm just emotional because something like nah, I can't ever allow that to happen again. That's one of my mistakes I made because like, you know, they've even done studies on this. Like females just find that something about that very unsettling because they're the emotional ones. You know what I mean? And they feel like you're supposed to be the rock, and they feel like if both of y'all emotional, then ain't nobody got their hand on the steering wheel of this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So
no, I can't agree because when I see a man cry, it does. I love it.
It's got to me if I
because men don't cry.
Yeah.
So when I see a man cry, like at a funeral, or a man is crying and he's like about something that hurt him, that lets me know that it's real. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see a man cry and he crying, and especially if he crying over you and you as woman, he crying over you, that you know that's real.
Yeah, that's
real because men don't cry.
Nah.
So. Nah. I love it. I don't know. I can't say that. I'm not gonna say that he's an emotional wreck. No.
I appreciate that. Because that's how you would want it. That's how you would hope it be perceived.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But you know, some people see it as weakness. You know what I'm saying? So
no, because
I appreciate that.
You know, that's not weakness. You have to cry. You have to cry to get things out. You know what I'm saying? That's not weakness.
But I appreciate that. So all right. So the next one I had here was The Guards. See, like I said, I had watched Orange is the New Black, you know what I mean, a couple seasons, you know what I'm saying? And, there was a couple guards that was dead. One of the shorties even got pregnant in prison, though. Did anybody ever get pregnant in prison? Did that ever happen? How you get pregnant in prison, y'all? But not.
Everybody knows that our prison had a lawsuit, $1 million lawsuit, and women got pregnant. And
don't just listen. Ain't no Jesus' Mary virgin births happening out here. Right? Don't just say women. Women got shaboing.
Actually pregnant.
You know.
Yeah, quit playing with them. They got pregnant. They was riding on it, boy. They wasn't playing. You hear me? Them men was up in there buying 90s and stuff. What did you say? Quit playing with them
So
lingerie.
I ain't gonna lie.
They had their own women.
I don't know how mad first of all, you shouldn't. If you a CO, a male CO in a woman's prison, I feel bad for you, dog. I don't know how you ended up in that. That's like being a male gynecologist. Like you had to want this. You had to want this. You had to want this to happen. You know what I mean? You a male gynecologist or you're a CO in a woman's prison. You wanted this and you wanted to be in that position. All right. For what reason? It can't be a good one.
Well, you got some that can stand it, and then you got some that can't. So you have some that come in and they try to be mean so that they don't have to be attracted to the women. And then you have some that just can't take it, and then it is attracted to the women, and it's over with.
So
they give up everything.
What do you think happens more often? Do you think that all COs try to seduce inmates, or do you think inmates try to seduce COs?
When it comes to men, I'm going to say the men officers try to seduce women.
Damn.
Prisoners more. Yeah.
You think so?
I know so.
Damn. Y'all dirty dog. I didn't know y'all was dirty dogs. What I was hoping was, you was just a guy trying to do your job. You know what I mean? And you got maybe like 3 inmates that keep being extra nice to you for no reason. You know what I mean? And you enjoy them being nice, and then some time that they wear you down. You know what I mean? You get caught up in it. Not you trying to see what's up with shorty. You know what I mean? Not you trying, but I bet the same way how. There's like I've never heard of this for women though, but there's a whole pen pal system for men in prison.
It is for women too.
There are for women
Several.
in prison.
Yeah, it's called writeaprisoner.com.
Writeaprisoner.com. Well, all right, so there's women that like love these guys that's in prison. You know what I mean? And then like write to them.
And men love women that's in prison.
Really?
And give everything.
It happens the other way too. They simping for these women in prison
and be marrying them, coming up there, marrying them, giving them everything.
You seen these guys do this?
Yeah, give them everything.
What?
And then be buying them attorneys. They be having life in prison and ain't never coming home. And be lying to them. They like, you told me you were coming home in 2 years. Coming up there visiting them.
Do they allow conjugal visits for women prisons?
In federal, but you have to be married, yeah.
Oh.
But not in state prison. No.
Oh, that's crazy. You got to be married. That's funny. Oh my God, that's ridiculous, man. I can't imagine it, bro. How down bad you got to be as a man in freedom. You out here in the real world, and you are finding a woman locked up to go. You gotta. That's crazy. That's crazy. For some reason, I didn't think that was happening. I don't think men was doing it. But I guess if men will go pay for OnlyFans, the male sex drive is a literal whole market. The reason why the strip clubs exist, the reason why porn is a multi-billion-dollar industry, the reason why OnlyFans exists, the reason why all this, because men be some horny motherfuckers, apparently. You know what I'm saying?
And the transgenders, they're killing the game, man.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Because they're the one making all the money. That's who they want. They want. I told you they on the down low out here, so that's what they want.
They want the trans woman?
Yeah, they want a trans, or a cute woman with a ding-a-ling hanging.
Why would you want a ding-a-ling?
That's what I don't get. I was just trying to figure that out. I was like, well, why would they even? And then even if they have sex with them in the booty, they booty don't stay wet like women coochie do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what?
I've only ever done anal maybe like once or twice, you know what I mean? And, it wasn't like some magical experience that I was like, I can't wait to go back. Like, nah, good pussy is definitely better. Pussy's definitely better, you know what I mean?
Wow.
I like pussy way more, you know what I mean? Plus, eating pussy. I had one gay bisexual person I forgot to ask this, but like I'm very good at eating pussy. I don't know. Some girls be complaining about sucking dick. I'm pretty sure that eating pussy is easier than sucking dick. You know what I mean? But I don't know why they act like it's like such a problem sucking dick. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
To me, this is for the both, for just oral sex, period. That's intimate. You know what I'm saying? So that's not, to me, something that you just do to anybody.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's intimate and you create an ecstasy. So it's just like you don't do that to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say it's a problem to have oral sex to a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you don't just do that to anybody.
I feel you. And I feel like also, for some reason, I know I might be biased on this, but I feel like how could I put it? Like, all right, so physically, just what you got to go through physically. Maybe sucking dick might be harder, but what you got to actually deal with eating pussy is more difficult to me. You know what I mean? To me, because like the dick is a cleaner thing to have to deal with. To me, Pussy is all juicy. Pussy get all over you, nigga. Dick only get messy at the end, for real. You know what I mean? Dick is as messy as you make it. Pussy is as messy as it gets. You know what I'm saying? Pussy is different. You know what I mean? You get down there, I remember the first time I was ever actually in a 69 position and I had a pussy above me. Bro, I almost drowned, dog. The shit dripping in my nose. I'm like, oh shit. Like this shit, they don't see this on porn when this shit just dripping on you, nigga. And you like, you can't get out the way. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I ain't 69 without a washcloth. I need something, nigga. Shit can get crazy, dog. I need some defense because you never really like all that 69 just sound cool, dog. To the pussy really above you and really excited and you really
It's a wrap,
It's a wrap. You know
over.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like the dick ain't that.
Well, I don't know. I can't agree because you got sloppy head and then you just got head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like I said, the dick is only as sloppy as you want to make it.
Yeah.
The pussy, you don't know what you're dealing with. You don't even know what you're dealing with. You know? But yeah.
If you going to get a squirter or creamer, something.
That's another thing, too. Yeah, they could be squirting all that. You don't know what the fuck going on down there.
To come out of there.
You don't know. You know what I mean? And the viscosity of pussy juice, you could I swear you could lube a whole car with that shit, dog. That shit be different. You know, that should be different. It's not the same.
And I'm bisexual, so I'm telling you, I don't like all that.
What? All that extra, all that pussy,
extra,
all that stuff that be coming up out of there.
Man, I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm telling you.
Like what?
It's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste. So to speak. Yeah, nah.
I'm just like, hey, look, wipe it off. I'll go get a rag in the middle.
Oh my God. Now
Quit even playing with me.
Oh man. But
we'll go get a rag, quick, fast, and hurry.
It be like that sometimes. Sometimes it be like that. You know what I mean? Especially if it's extra active and a lot going on.
Man.
You know what I mean? But what you call it? So, what do you think could be done to improve the conditions for women in prison? You know what I mean?
A lot needs to be done. They need to get their good time. You know what I'm saying? By them doing this. It's a lot of women that's been there for 20 years, 30 years, and it's time for them to come home. You know what I mean? They done their time, you know, and some. So it's time for them to come home. And so I think that they need to get the good time going back. That needs to be something that needs to be addressed. You know, in the prison reform, they need good time.
Well, if you ask me, it's already statistically very well known that women almost always get a lesser sentence for the same crime as their male counterpart.
No, that's not true.
For what crime do you think that's not true for?
Any crime. Okay, we all.
But it is the case. Though.
It's
the truth, though. That's like the truth.
No, the statistics not telling the truth because more women get harsher punishments than any man. I can remember one time, this last time I got sentenced, I want to say, and it was a guy that went before me, and they was like, oh my God, he had been in and out of prison so much. He was almost a BB prefix. That mean double. You done went to the alphabets once and then came back around, so you double. Man. Okay, so he was in there for all the time. So I'm like, oh my God. So when I go in here, I just know I'm not about to get no time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just know I'm not. You know, this is my 3rd time in Michigan prison. So I'm just like, I know I'm not about to get no time. That man told me I was a career criminal.
Damn.
That's what he told me. He said, I'm a career criminal. I was pissed. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, career criminal. I'm a career mother. Like, what are you talking about? Damn. Like, what? Like, I did this because of my kids. I'm like, man, he gave me 3 years. I went back and wrote them a letter out of control. They was like, Keke, do not send that letter to that judge. I said, drop it in the box. Poop, right in the mailbox. I said, no. I told him I am not. I said, you call me a career criminal and I'm a career mother. This is something that all I knew all of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take care of my kids, make sure a roof is put over their head. And this is what I was taught. I wasn't taught to get a job and go to work. You know what I'm saying? I was taught to hustle. So that's all I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had to get out here and hustle for my kids.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
To have a roof, to have clothes, to have food.
For money.
Yes,
that
definitely.
So when they talk about black people being violent, you know, that's one of the things that they have to see. White people actually get locked up for more violent crimes than black people. When black people, or majority, get locked up, it's normally like fraud, maybe scamming, drug dealing. Once again, money. To get to money. Not necessarily so violent, always trying to kill. I mean, that does happen, but sometimes that's either in defense of the money or the way you was getting the money. You know what I mean? Like, but mostly we be trying to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? We don't be
definitely.
That's why, like, I feel like the mass killing thing, us pulling up to like a church or like a concert and just shooting random people, like we don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? But us having beef with one particular guy and trying to shoot that guy, and maybe we caught him at a block party, maybe we caught him at something else, and maybe somebody else got in the way. But we were after one guy. The argument I always use is perfect bullets. Like, the difference is, I think if a black people that even when we were going to shoot somebody, if they had perfect bullets, was when they shot, their bullet went to exactly who they wanted it to kill, they would probably only kill one person and leave. You know what I mean? But white people, if they had perfect bullets, they'd kill everybody that was there. You know what I mean? So it's about the intention.
Taking them out.
Yeah, our intention was to kill that one guy that either disrespected us, owed us money, whatever reason, right? But not everybody and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Most times we don't do that. But so I said that to say, you said you was doing it for your kids, you know what I'm saying, which involves money. So I assume it's something along the lines of like either the drug dealing or the fraud or something to
fraud.
It was fraud.
It was fraud. I was checks other than publishing. I got 27 felonies, all of them other than publishing. That's making checks and, you know, writing them and cashing them. Mm. And that was my thing. I did it good. I learned from a white boy. He taught me well. And then learning, of course, from my mistakes. I've kept going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I learned from that. So that was and I'm going to say, going to prison, I don't regret anything but the time being away from my kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another one I had on it. So how has prison affected your relationship with your kid? I believe you said you had an 11-year-old and a 25-year-old. 26. He just turned 26 the other day. Hey, free Eddie Bands. So, yes, with him, with my oldest son, it affected it a lot because he was a mama's baby. Oh. And he loved his mommy. Mm-hmm. And I left when he was 3 the first time. I went to Ohio prison. I was there for 22 months. Oh. Came home when he was 6. And I wasn't even home a year after that and was gone again for 5 years. Oh. So the next time I came home, he was 6. Let me see. He was 6 when I left, and I came home. He was 13. 13. And it was like, wow, Mom. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went to get him from school. Did he talk to you during that time at all? He wrote me letters, and I talked to him on the phone all the time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't come see me because they had something with the Michigan prison where
your immediate family had to bring your son to see you, and they didn't consider my brother as my immediate family, and we were just like, we wrote the warden, and she denied it, and it was just
crazy.
it was crazy. It was just like, and I went crazy in the prison because of that, because I couldn't see my son. So when I did get home, I went and picked him up from school, and that look on his face from seeing his mom after 5 years, it was like, wow,
Yeah.
that I wouldn't change that look for the world. You know what I mean? I definitely wouldn't. But it kind of made our relationship stronger, and then it kind of didn't.
I see.
Because I kept going back. And after the 5 years, I went back again for 22 months. I was pregnant with my youngest son. I had him in there. So the last time I went in for 3 years, and now I've been home for 4 years. So without,
No
going
problems.
back.
Good.
So this is the longest I've been home, and
Good.
I'm trying to stay on the
Good.
path of,
Staying out.
Staying out.
I
You know
respect
what I
that.
mean?
Respect the hell out
Yes,
of that.
that's
Good.
That's it.
So your youngest right now is 11?
Yeah, he's 11.
11.
He's 11.
That's really dope. That's really dope. That because I can imagine that you have your relationship with your kid, and he wants to, like you said, he's a mama's boy. You know what I mean? So he wants to be around you. You know what I mean? He wants to see, but at the same time, that relationship with the time spent in between. You know what I mean? But
it made him have some anger issues. A lot of anger issues right now. He's locked up in West Virginia, and I'm his number one cheerleader because.
How long has he been in there?
Well, he's been in there 22 months. I want to say almost 3 years. He got 6 to 30. So,
Hopefully he'll be out in a little.
He's coming home on next year on work release. I got it all set up for him to be doing construction.
Good.
We're local 1191. Yay for local 1191.
Yeah, shout out local 1191. Hell yeah.
So he will be having a job with them, and that construction world gets you good money. So
It damn well do. You know what I'm saying?
It do.
I ain't gonna say the construction. They ain't want my black ass. I don't know what they ain't want me. They ain't want. But I'll leave it alone, man. Shout out to him coming home. That's really good. Got a job lined up, man. Do your best when you get here, man. Your mama working hard for you, right? You know what I mean? So, the next one I had here for you. My bad. I had to find it. All right. So what? Yeah. If you had a sister who you love that was about to go to jail for 7 years, what advice would you give her?
Stay to yourself. Go to that law library. Get on that law library. Get educated while you're there. Doing them 7 years. But stay to yourself, cuz you got enemies in there as well as you do on the streets. And I would just say stay to yourself. But you can. Don't get me wrong. You can find some good people in there, because I found some good friends and good people that I can call my family.
Yeah.
That's not my blood that I met in there. And I can say that. I can truly say that.
That's
so,
good.
but I still would give her the advice of staying to herself.
Stay to yourself. Stay to yourself. I respect that. All right. So the other one I had for you was what was it like returning to Detroit? Like, do you I know it wasn't one long stint, but it was like snapshots to a degree, because you was out and then you was back in, then you was out. So did you notice any changes since coming back? Like,
a lot of changes. Downtown is beautiful. And the city is building different parks from, the neighborhoods are being built up with water, the little water falls for the swimming pools.
Yeah.
And, it's a lot of things it's just a lot of good building and, things going on. So
that's good.
a lot of new business opening up. So, yeah.
Do you feel like Detroit is safer than it used to be?
No, definitely not.
Not safer.
No.
So more development, more nice, but not safer.
Not
Nicer,
safer.
but not safer.
Not safer.
Damn.
I just got to keep it real,
all of that money I spent, and it's not safer.
Man, like, I'm going to say, back before I got locked up, the very first time I ever went to prison, I will drive up to the gas station at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning by myself and pump my gas. You know what I'm saying? With no worries in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I made a comment to somebody about that the other night. They said, yeah, because you was the one with the, the gun.
That was me. Because you was the danger 20 years ago.
That's what they said.
Yeah, because you was the danger.
So I'm like, I don't know, but I would definitely pull up 20 years ago at the gas station by myself at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wishing the bitch would.
You feel me? No worries at all.
No worries at all.
You know, now today, I want to go to my brother's house, knock on the door, and say, "Hey, can you come pump my gas?"
Exactly, for real. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
Definitely.
So, what are some advancements that you've noticed in technology, and how have they impact your life?
So, technology, it's ruined our kids, and how it's impact my life. It's ruined my my children. I mean, they're both boys. And both of them wanted to video game masters, you know, both of them. And I just feel like social media is ruining the children. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's not a good fit. Like, I don't feel like your kids should get on social media until they're 18.
I agree, and people in Florida agree with you too. They had a law that you're not allowed to get on social media until you're 16. And then only with your parents' consent, you get online. You know.
Yeah, I think you need to be 18. I think you need to be 18 to be on social media with your parents' consent at that.
Yeah, it's not good for your mental development growing up as a kid to have to do. You already got to do with the peer pressure and stuff inside of school. At the very least, you should be allowed to have that end once you get out of school. You know what I mean? And yeah, at least I've lost a lot of fights and I've won a couple fights, but at least I can say none of my fights are on camera. One of my if I ever had a fight in 2024, I'd be fighting so hard. One of my biggest fears, bro. My top 3 fears is getting knocked out on camera. You not about to get a video of me getting knocked out on camera. Bro, if I got to fight, I'm fighting so hard.
Period.
Because
Win, lose, or draw.
You ain't about to, nah, dog. I can't go out like that, bro. I can't. You ain't about to have me sleep on a... Nah, ain't about to happen. I can't go that way.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not. First of all, I've been hitting the head extremely hard, and I've still not been knocked out. You know, you gotta think I was in a car crash one time, and I flipped my car and I broke my neck, and I still, it's okay. It had to happen. It was the best thing that happened ever, really, to me. But I wasn't passed out. I crawled right out that bitch. I was not knocked out by that, and I've been kneed in the head and kicked in the head, and I've been jumped. Listen, they done tried. And so what I'm saying is not for lack of trying. The world done tried to knock me out a couple times. It failed. Okay?
So it failed.
It failed. All right, it failed to knock a nigga out. All right, but
because they ain't about that life.
Yeah, I'm not trying to deal with that. But I imagine kids today, they got to deal with those fights. But now their fights are on camera.
Man.
Now, because that's the number one thing. The moment you get into a fight in 2024, first thing you going to see. First thing you going to see.
Pull the phone out.
First thing you going to see.
Got a videotape.
When I was getting into my fights in 2004 and 5, you know what I mean? It wasn't no cameras out like that.
Man. During the pandemic, they had a fight over there off Dexter. Why was it my family? I'm like, oh my God, it done went viral. They like, I said, Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, get a fight today, bro, it's different.
Yeah, it's real different. Real different.
At the same time, I think fighting is kind of necessary. You know what I mean? Because I've, sure, I lost a lot of fights, but then I won a couple fights, and it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about what it takes, you know what I'm saying, to win a fight. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I had trouble with while I lost those first couple of fights was just, tapping into that aggression. You know what I mean? Because in order to win a fight, a full physical fight, you have to unleash a certain amount of strength and rage and aggression upon the other person. And if you're in your head thinking too much or not reacting to you're not gonna win the fight because the other person is going at you and you're not and you think all of that is getting in the way and you're getting your ass whooped at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
Yeah, the way how I actually solved that and started winning fights was through de-escalation. Because in my head, I felt bad for beating you. I felt bad for doing that. So what I had to do was I had to give you every opportunity to get out the fight. I'd be like, listen, you win. Like I'd be like, I'll let you have it. Let you have it. So in my mind, it's like after I like give you a good amount of outs to de-escalate and get out the situation. In my mind, it's like you're asking for this fight. Now you're because then I'm giving myself permission to unleash full force upon you. You know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, so I gave you like, listen, God, I gave this person the chance to leave me alone. All right, they obviously it's going this way. So if it's going this way, then I have to fully commit to it going this way. You know what I mean? I can't, because the half stepping gonna get you fucked up. That's what I had to learn. You know what I mean? It's either not gonna happen or it's happening. But it's happening. You mad it's happening. Listen. They ain't nobody got no time for that. All right. Listen, you got punched in the face enough times. You learn this lesson. Okay. Right? Like, listen, ain't no negotiate. It's over. Dog, you fighting now. All right. It's done. You either go listen. You know what I mean? So it's just funny. You know what I'm saying? Deal with that. But look, so another thing I have for you is this. Yeah, because I actually asked. So what made you? Because you had said this to me, and I was like, it's very unusual. What made you gravitate towards carpentry?
Well, the money and the fact that I've been incarcerated and I had so many felonies, so I had to go where I could get an education, get a trade, and still have a job. So, but basically the money and.
I respect that. So what do you fix best?
Well, we don't fix things. We build.
You build. All right, so you're right. What do you build?
We do concrete form and drywall and metal studs. And my best thing is drywalls and metal studs and concrete form. And I can build a hell out of a scaffold. But, yeah, definitely.
Wow. You building them walls. Building walls and stuff? I remember.
I like drywall and metal studs.
That's dope. That's dope.
I'm commercial, by the way. I'm really not residential, but I can read a print, so I can build anything.
Wow, that's dope. Who the hell would have thought? Who the hell would have thought?
Local 687.
I love that. I fucking love that. That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. You know what I mean? Shout out to the other builders. You know, my grandfather was a carpenter, and my dad right now is in Jamaica, and he runs a drywall installation and finishing business. You know what I mean? So he does the drywalling and the going in to make up the walls and and installing the stuff. You know what I mean? So he does right now. So I've thought about going into that field. You know what I mean? Because I'd be like a third generation carpenter. You know, as a Jamaican head holding it down.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hell yeah.
So I've thought about it a lot. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do it yet. Right now I'm in production. You know what I'm saying? But I might eventually get into construction. You know what I mean? Or building something. You know what I mean? Because I think that's very important for the world, building
yes,
things. And,
yes. Without that trade, I mean, who's going to build things? Who do you think build this shit? They're not going to make no computer is ever going to do that because they're not going to be on precise. Nah. So no computer is ever going to do that. So that's a job that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
I'm telling you. And
definitely.
Listen, they could have gave Jesus any job in the world.
You hear me? But they gave him a carpenter.
They said Jesus was a carpenter. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
hey, Jesus, amen.
Gotta respect that. That. You know what I mean? So you're trying to start a safe house for women for domestic violence. Tell me more about it.
Yes. So I'm trying to do Keke's Cozy Cottages, Inc. It's already established. I'm just trying to get my first house, cut the ribbon on that. And what it's about is saving women from having to lose their lives. So, being that I am a domestic violence survivor myself. Okay. So, and so this is my passion. This is my baby. And I'm ready. Right. I'm ready. I got a little saying called give a heart, take a hug. And what that means for me is I'm going to give you my cottage, which is my heart. I'm going to give you my heart. And you go out there and take your woman's worth back. And you take a hug and you get your woman's worth back. Because if I can do it, anybody can.
Take a hug and you get your woman's worth back. What?
That's right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that's really sweet. That's really sweet. I think that's very necessary. I remember when I was first getting an apartment with my ex-girlfriend, and I was getting a haircut from my barber, and he told me to be careful because he says he knows a couple guys that are like they don't have any criminal record. And the first time they got a criminal record was when they moved in with their girl, and then
domestic,
and then shit went left, and then the cops was at the door, and the next thing you know, yeah, you in cuffs. So he was like, "Dog, you moving in with shorty? Be careful, be careful." You know what I mean? And you know, being in that situation, I could see how, because me, I'm not a naturally violent guy. You know what I mean? I've still never striked a woman. When I say strike, I mean like, you know, you cock back and like hit a woman. Like I've never done that. But I have put a woman in a headlock, and I have given a woman a good bear hug. You know what I mean? And the headlock was after 15 punches was thrown my way. Okay, so I was like, let me go ahead and wrap up Pacquiao for a second. You calm?
Pacquiao.
Had to give a little, you calm now?
I know it.
And then did the same thing with the bear hug. I was like, all right, she getting a little loose. Like, I was slipping him, though. Don't get me wrong. The boy was slipping him. That's why I was like, you know, I see she ain't going to stop till she land. Well, let me go ahead and wrap Shorty up. You know, because she about that. You know what I'm saying?
She about that
She
life.
about that. I was like, let me go ahead and wrap Shorty up. And it's Detroit people. I'm telling you now. I ain't had nothing like that in New York, dog. Detroit women are different, dog. But yeah.
Yeah.
The Detroit women test you a lot more than New York women do. I'm telling you, dog. The Detroit women gonna test you, dog. I'm telling you right now. But yeah. So, I did have the cops called to my apartment one time, and it was because she was yelling like hysterically for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Like she was yelling saying that I'm going to hit her. That's what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because we was arguing, and I packed a little suitcase, and I was going to go to my mom's crib for like a couple of days because I was like, obviously, you know what I mean, we're butting heads a lot, you know what I mean? So let me just go chill out for a second, and I'll come back. And she knows that the only times that I like feel some type of way is like when people threatening my stuff, like my Xbox or like, because I work hard and I bought my stuff, you know what I mean? I don't want nobody destroying my stuff for no reason, you know what I mean?
Right.
And she started trying to fuck with my shit. You know
And there it goes.
She started trying to fuck with because she know how to get to me. Woman, push your buttons. Why you do this? Why you do this? We having a conversation, and now you like, oh, you came out this Xbox, sitting over here. Now you trying to fuck with me. Now you trying to fuck with me. You know what I mean? So like,
what is it?
you know, I don't know why they keep fucking with my shit. So she know that that's the one button she pushed that she know that I'm gonna defend my shit because I'm trying to buy this again. Like leave my shit alone. So she know that me trying to get my stuff out of there, and she mess with my stuff. She's like, he's gonna hit me. The reason why she's saying that is because she know that she about to fuck with my shit and not about to let me leave. It's a crazy situation. Like she know that she's about to fuck with my shit so that I don't leave the apartment, and she knows that her fucking with my shit is gonna make me not like. I'm gonna have to stop you fucking with my shit, physically stop you. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, because of how she knows how it's gonna go. And she knows she's not going to let me just walk out the apartment.
Reverse psychology.
You know, she's now yelling that. But the thing is, if you're in an apartment and you yell, he's going to hit me for 30 minutes straight, even though I didn't hit you, yeah, someone's annoyed about that because it's like midnight. You know what I'm saying? So someone's going to call the cops. So when the cops pulled up, I was like, listen, officer, my bag's already packed. Okay? And I've done nothing wrong, really, other than have a little bit of a loud argument. You know what I mean? So if you would just allow me to leave like I was already about to do, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then they was okay with that. That was right. I got up out of there.
Well, that's good.
But still, I could just see how a guy that's like, if you messed up with the wrong female, the wrong thing, you could be pushed past the point and you can be cornered to antagonized to a point where I just feel like there's some guys that maybe end up with but they might have been, you know,
trying to do the right thing.
They might have been fucked up in the head for a second, like just fucking.
Well, the thing is, you have to not hit her.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't care how much she antagonizes you.
Yeah, don't.
You have to still keep that mentality that you're not going to put your hands on her and you're going to walk away from the situation. And long as you keep it that way, then.
But girls is crazy. All right, so let me tell you another situation, right? So imagine you as a guy. Once again, it's another argument, and you trying to leave the apartment, right? Because you're trying to leave the apartment, right? So, because because isn't that's what an older person would say? If y'all arguing, maybe y'all should just separate for a little bit, come back a little late.
Cool down.
That's what like a logical person says, right? And then you try to take the logical, try to leave the apartment, and what does she do? She stands in front of the apartment door and puts a knife to her own neck and says that if you leave, she gonna kill herself.
Then I'll call the police.
and it's like, dog, you'd be like, man.
I'm calling the police. Like, what? I'm calling the police. Definitely. Yeah.
But really, you just sit back down, just take a seat, you know what I mean? Think about it, go ahead, roll a spliff, you know?
Yeah, I'm calling the police.
You know what I mean? But like,
you going to jail.
But I'm just saying, to me, it's like, but you don't want to send her to jail because
you need a cool down period. You sitting up here trying to send me to jail, talking about you about to put a knife to your throat. Yeah. You going to jail?
It's a rough situation to be in. It's a rough situation.
I'm not going.
I'll tell you what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna go to that front door when that lady and that girl's there, clearly out of her fucking mind.
Clearly.
With a knife to her neck. You're
period.
Like, all right.
Somebody, I'm about to kill myself because you about to leave me.
You be like, dog, you really.
Now, do that in any kind of way turn y'all off? Because that's a weak female. So do that turn you off?
Yeah. Ever since I have found mental instability extremely unattractive. You know? Because I've been on the wrong end of mental instability. And, while it's real good and bad, it might seem fun or something. Let me tell you. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
I'm not killing myself over nobody. I'm too strong. My self-esteem goes to the moon and it don't come back.
It's
so
crazy.
I just can't. I'm not. If you want to go, bye.
Yeah, there's no way.
My peace mean everything's to me. Deuces.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so you say that you were a victim of domestic violence. Can you, either you or like a situation that you've heard of, what are the arguments or situations that like lead to these things? Like to me, like I said, she was like imagine if you had because I don't care about cars, but I care about my technology, right? But so she's trying to fuck with my technology. But let's say you love your car and shorty out there trying to bash the windshield of your Benz and shit, or trying to fuck you. I haven't heard niggas had to deal with that. You know what I mean? But like, what are some situations you've heard of that have Because in the movies, they make it seem like, oh, he just came home and fucking the dinner was burnt and then he just went off. Like damn, like that. Those guys suck. Obviously, if you're just beating on her for no reason, check it out your foot. That's crazy. Check your foot. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But what happens more often? Is it the guy just being a monster, a crazy guy? You know what I mean? Or is it maybe him being provoked and not reacting to the being provoked properly, the way you say, regardless of what she's doing, you should not come out of pocket. You should have more control over yourself. I agree with that, but what is it? Is it unprovoked? What I'm trying to get at is domestic violence unprovoked, or is it more likely provoked?
Wow, that's kind of hard, because then that means I will have to be at all of the situations at hand to be able to decipher that. But
based off your own anecdotes of situations,
on my own anecdotes of situations, I want to say that he was the one that provoked it the most. Because when he wasn't drinking or wasn't taking pills, he was the perfect gentleman. But when he took pills and when he drank, it made him another person. So then he started to, everything that he did, he started to blame on me.
Nah, that's his fault. Once substances get, that's like I said, the drunk guy, the pills. Once substances get involved, substance-fueled domestic violence is, to me, always the fault of like whoever's on the substance. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's your mental instability that led you leaning on the substance, which led to. So it's the guy's fault. There's no way you can't be drunk, be like nah, doing that. Like nah. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. That's horrible. You know what I mean? Damn. I mean, I like to drink too. You know what I'm saying? But Now, I've never been a violent drunk. I drink and dance. I drink and dance and have fun and
Me neither.
crack
So
shit.
when I drink, it doesn't get me drunk. It gets me high. So I don't understand why people can't handle their liquor. Like, it drives me crazy. And I got friends, female friends, who you can't go out. They want to be going crazy. I'm like, no, honey, we cannot go out because you cannot handle your liquor, and that's not what we about to do.
You want to be crazy? Like,
And I can't deal.
that's ridiculous. Yeah, but one thing I have run into in Detroit that I didn't see as much in Michigan, in New York, was that like when I go out to parties, when I used to go party in New York, I used to I dance a lot. I used to dance, have fun, whatever, doing my thing. And everyone else was pretty much too, you know what I'm saying? But like in Detroit, I feel like there's a larger percentage of men that are just like mean mugging on the dance floor. Like we trying to dance and have a good time, and these niggas is wishing a nigga would at the club. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, did you come out to the club to dance, to have a good time, to look for women, or do you coming out here to like look for a fight or look for a relax? Like it almost makes me not want to dance because I'm feeling like I don't want to act like I'm unaware of my surroundings. Like I'm just having fun while there's a bunch of angry motherfuckers over here. Like, no, why are these niggas angry? What's going on here? Like, should I be here? I shouldn't be here. And most of the time, first of all, I don't like to party. So most of the times I feel like I shouldn't be there in the first fucking place. I shouldn't be there. So here I am trying to have a good time, and all these niggas is mad. Is something about to go down? Why isn't everybody having fun? You know what? I shouldn't be here anyway. That's why I be thinking, like, here I am trying to have a good time, and these niggas over here look like they ready on edge or something. Shit.
You know, that's crazy. It's funny you say that because one time me and my sister, it was my birthday, and we went to Future concert, and it was my sister, her baby daddy, and my husband. And it was funny because you know how when we was down like, I want to say like 14 rows from the pit. So we pretty close to the stage. And, you know, once the concert started in Detroit, everybody run. They get out their seats and they run just down in the aisles and they run down, you know. And so that's what happened. And they just standing there stuck like two balls of grits, like, with their lips, like, you know, like, we don't like this. Like, what? We up here, we having a good time. It's my birthday. You know what I'm saying? All I wanted to hear him sing was, fuck up some commas and I blew a bag. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? Once he started singing, I blew a bag today. No, they want to go. I said, wait a minute, I got to hear my song. I ain't paid $1,400 for these tickets.
Fuck that. We
Are
turning
you
the
crazy?
fuck up. Are you
hear
kidding me?
They standing there like, I said, I'm never taking y'all to concerts ever again. Like, literally, like, and it was just crazy because then my husband was like, what are you standing here for? You're trying to get that man. He's trying to talk to you. I'm like, what is you talking about? Like, it was just retarded. Like, that's just how men are in Detroit.
That's crazy.
You can't just go out and just have a good time.
Have a good time.
And just, you know what I'm saying? The only way you're going to do that is if you're around a bunch of white men. Like, they don't care. They don't even got to know each other. They going whatever, smash fists together. They ain't going to care.
To enjoy life.
You know?
Yeah, bro.
You do that with some, like, they like, what? Huh? It's time to fight. They going to get the guns. Oh, my God. Somebody about to die.
For real.
Like, what? What? I'm like,
real.
What happened?
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you,
it's just too much.
I remember one time there was this house party I had. This was the first time I blacked out drinking. I've only done this 3 times in my life, and I didn't realize I blacked out drinking that till years later because I didn't know what blackout drinking was. I thought blackout drunk was like when you fall asleep or something, but
no, that means you lose conscious of what you're really doing.
Yeah, you don't remember at all what the fuck happened. So there was this one party, and the last thing it was a house party, and the last thing I remember was me and my bro. We was, I'll never forget it because it's a dope ass memory. Me and him was standing side by side at the party, and we both had shorties dancing on us. And we was like, "Hey, bro, we out here." Right. We both had shorties. That was my last memory. And I woke up the next day or whatever, and dudes was telling me, yo, you was about to get jumped. Catch was mad at you. Catch was trying to fight you. And all I remember was having a great time, having a great party, got home. So everything was Gucci. Catch was like, niggas was mad. Niggas was on you. Something like, I was like, what? I was like, I don't remember none of that. You know what I mean? Like, it happened that time. One time I was at work. I used to be a bar back at like this place that hosted weddings. You know what I mean? And This was the last time I ever drank Bullet bourbon. I never drank that shit since. Because I normally was drinking Captain Morgan or something. And then one day, because I have access to all the liquor, so I was like, maybe tonight I'll just try a little bourbon. I'll try a little Bullet bourbon. I poured the same amount of Bullet bourbon that I always pour of the rum. And when I tell you the last thing I remember was looking down at that cup and pouring that shit. That's literally, I can still remember it to this day. I can remember clearly pouring that. That's everything else, nothing. And I remember the bartender was telling me, you was just real happy and a little loud. You know, we try to keep you in the bar back room. we were breaking it down or whatever. They had my back that night. I woke up like, I ain't get fired. I guess I'm going into work the next day.
Right.
Like, but I was asking them, like, what happened? But that feeling of getting blackout drunk, like, they always say weed fuck with your memory, but weed, of all the years I've smoked weed has never done that to me. Where there's like hours of like, I cannot remember a single thing. Not like snapshots. I remember. No. Nothing. Like blank. Like nothing. And that's like a little scary because you don't know what the fuck happened. Have you ever experienced that?
Well, no, because like I said, liquor doesn't get me drunk. It gets me high. So I haven't experienced the blackout or none of that because I've never been drunk to where the point that I'm just don't remember.
Yeah.
No.
And I've never thrown up off liquor either. Like
neither.
I've never gotten so drunk when I've never done that. Like I've had like some bad hangovers, but I've never thrown up off liquor ever.
Man, if anything, it keeps me alert.
Yeah.
I gotta be.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And the very last time I got blackout drunk was when I turned 30 in June this year. All right, apparently. And once again, it always sneaks up on me. So I think I should start drinking beer more than liquor. But because once again, I don't even remember the cutoff. I remember being there having a good time. But my friend said that I was dancing all over the place. I was having a good time. I was like, she said apparently I turned the fuck up. I was having a great time. So I had nothing but good reviews from that time. That time apparently I was that nigga at that time. So I was like, all right, I did a good job at my part. Even though I don't remember the shit, but I did good. But that drinking shit, I tell you, man. So yeah, they say I was actually domestic violence. So you say it's provoked, but it's mostly their fault. All right. So when men say, they say men are the violent ones in domestic violence. In relationships, men period, because we wage war, we do the mash. Men, all right, men be a little violent. I understand that. That's not crazy to say. You know what I'm saying? But when you actually look at the statistics of reported domestic violence, lesbian relationships actually have the highest rates of domestic violence between two gay men together and male and female together and, women and women together. They say lesbians have the highest rates they also have the highest rates of divorce. You know what I mean? When they say men not loyal, but with no lesbian, they have the highest rates of divorce in lesbian relationships and the highest rate of domestic violence. You know what I mean? So, so what would you say to that? Why do you think that women be beating up women more than men be beating up women?
Well, when two women are together, like they say, they're emotional, and the emotions running wild, it creates a lot of
friction,
toxicity. Okay, so when the men on women is not, men when they're into it with their women, some men can just walk away and not even, it's no toxicity. You know what I'm saying? But when it's woman on woman, it's too much toxicity.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
It's too much toxicity.
It's too much.
It's a lot, and it should go left. And the other thing is that
it can.
Men on men have one of the lowest because you see, men. Anytime a man deals with a man, there's always a threat of violence to a degree, like a lower, because we both understand that if shit goes left, that we understand that we both have like the power to kill. We're not ignorant of that. So because of that, we're not trying to push it to that. We're more likely to, so when two men are together and they're in a gay relationship, even though I'm not a gay dude, I'm not all, but I'm just saying, they know that, dog, if we start fighting, dog, it's UFC, nigga. And someone's getting fucked up. Like, we ain't about to, it ain't about to be no play. It's about to have, so, and also we're a little more logical than that, you know what I mean? But with women, and I feel like, yeah, men understand if you hit another man, you have the threat of like death coming at you. Like, I don't know, we just different dealing with each other. Whereas women, I feel like, are more emotional, and neither of them have any reason not to hit the. See, men have been taught from young, if you're raised good, not to hit women. So you know you're not supposed to hit women. You know what I mean? But women ain't necessarily been taught not to hit women. You know what I mean? So women, like, nigga, but bitch, I'm about to swing on you, bitch. Like,
Oh, it's going down.
like,
It's about to be a fight.
like,
Girl fight.
like, bitches be like, nah, you about to get the hair pull punch all day, dog. You about to get that. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch the kids. But what you call it? Another question I have, the last one here is, this one. All right, I'm my drink close. All right, so I didn't prepare any questions, but I did want to play a round or two of it. All right, so
A round or two.
yeah, this game is Never Have I Ever.
Oh.
You ever heard of this game?
No.
So how the game works is a person says something that they've never done, and if someone has done it, then the person who's done it drinks. And if no one's ever done it, then the person who said it drinks. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do it, but if I say, never have I ever been to prison, right? And then you have been to prison, so you would have to drink. You know what I mean? And then you would have to but I'm not going to use that one because obviously that's
correct.
That's too fair. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? So if I said like never, let me think. Never have I ever. All right. Never have I ever jumped somebody. Have you?
I've never jumped.
You never jumped somebody? Oh, I respect that. And now I got to drink. You know what I mean? I got to pick a better one because I'm going to get drunk. That's not the purpose. What you call it? But now it's your turn. So you do a never have I ever. It's something you haven't done.
Never have I ever killed anyone.
I haven't done that. You know, not a human. You know. Some animals might have gotten it, but not a human. You know what I mean? No. To my knowledge, at least not directly. I don't count suicide. You ain't about to blame me on your suicide. No, I don't care. I don't count that.
No, that was too funny.
So you gotta drink. He's killing me. You know what I mean? All right. So you might not have been successful, right? But try. All right. Let me think. All right. Never have I ever. Never. You said you was bisexual, which is crazy. Wait. Hold on. Let me ask you a question about that. So, have you ever been in a relationship with a woman?
Of course.
So, which one is more toxic? A relationship with a woman or a relationship with a guy?
For me, both. But Jesus, really, a relationship with a woman is like what you make it, because like I can't be with a woman like I can be with a man.
What do you mean by that?
I just can't be with a woman like I can be with a man. Like I can be with a man, and you know how you just be all caked up, and you know you may want to go watch movies and hug up, and you know I can do that with a man, but with a woman I can't. I just want to have sex with her.
You just want to have sex with her. That's crazy. All right, so they've always say that women or lesbians eat pussy better than men. You know what I mean? In your experience, which sex has done it the best for you? Men or women?
Men.
Men are better?
Yeah.
Men be better? We want one. Yes, sir.
I've only had one woman that ever did it great. And did it better than me. And I was like, oh my God, you can't do this no more because you're going to break up a happy home. I was like, no, we're done. So,
funny.
but for the most part, nobody has been able to top that baby daddy of mine. Like my first son's father, 26-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't been able to top that baby daddy, Edward Jr. Yeah, they haven't been able to top him. So, like, I don't know.
Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you doing your thug thizzle. You know what I mean? Getting down there with the best of them. You heard me?
Yeah.
Listen, I done had 2-3 chicks tell me I was the best they ever had. All right. Listen, this mouth is very talented. All right. So, 500,000 views on it with the accents. I went to talent show beatbox. You know what I'm saying? And
talent show beatbox.
Yeah, I went to talent show beatboxing in high school. I did.
Like.
Yeah, like all of that shit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I used to beatbox in high school. Yeah, I had it. You know what I mean?
Okay, nah.
My favorite scratch, I'll just do it for a half a second. This is my favorite one because I made this. So I don't care because a lot of my other sounds I learned off YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But this is a sound that I made up that I figured out I could do. You know what I mean? So it's a wobbly like scratching sound. You know what I mean? So I would go like if I was doing like a regular beat. I ain't beatboxing years, but I'll do it regular. I would like psst. And if I was like remixing that, I'd be like, psst. Like, so that's the
You got
that's the
that.
wobbly. So that means that's the wobbly scratch with the mixing.
Quit playing.
I used to murk that shit, though. But
Man, we gotta have a beatbox contest. Nah, what is you talking about?
I'm rusty.
No, not even. Come on, now.
But I used to have a hot top fade. My hot top used to be like serious for real. You know what I'm saying? What type of fly we got in the studio? My bad. But look, yeah, my hot top used to be serious. I mean, like they used to call me what was it? Still, or for Juice. You ever seen Juice? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they used to call me Still. Man, it should be funny. You know what I mean? Yeah, but what you call it? Before I go to the British news headlines, which I always go to, I'm gonna show you that one picture. So you have what have you noticed? What's the biggest change in men that you feel like you've noticed over the years? The biggest change in men that you've been dealing with.
They're turning gay. They're on the down low.
There's more gay men ever than you feel like.
Yeah, a lot.
Damn. What's the story you got about that, man? Are they really like doing that for real?
Man, yeah, they are, man. It's just, man, it's out of control, I was just started kicking it with a guy, and he was young, and I've never, kicked it with a young guy that young before, and found out he was bisexual, and he wouldn't tell me the truth, and it was like, wow, like, why wouldn't you tell me the truth? And I'm just constantly asking him, and he's like, no, he only let women do that. No, because if you let women do that, you let men do that. So
do what?
Mess with his butt. So, like,
mess with his butt in what way? And like
anyway,
because
messing with it, putting a finger in it, whatever.
That's bad. Because you see, the thing is this. I've always said, now, me as a guy that I'll just be honest, I'll be flat out. Even though I've only done it to maybe like 2 chicks, mostly relationships, but I have eaten ass before. I have like eaten that because
what? It's a part of sex. What's wrong with eating ass?
Yeah, I got no problem with it, really. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because of all the viscous juices that come out of pussy, eating ass is easier to me. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's easier to do. And plus, you down there already. If I'm with a chick, I probably get my face all in there. But the point is this: I always, like, in my mind, cut that off for me as a man, because I said in my mind, like, the moment you open the door for your butthole to be any sort of a pleasure zone, it's like a gateway drug, right?
As a man,
and I always said I wouldn't until one time. And I'm so proud of myself, bro, because you can say whatever you want in theory. You can say whatever you want in, well, if this happened, this, until I was in the hotel room with a shorty, and she was sucking my dick, and she went for the balls, and I could tell that she was trying to go lower than the balls. You know what I'm saying? And in that exact moment, you know what I'm saying? When she tries to grab your thigh, she's trying, dog. She about to go there, dog. And I thank God that I had the the maintain friend, they'd be like, nah. We ain't about to do that. Because if you don't think party was like, well, they just see what it's like, no. I'm not doing. I was like, nah. And I stopped it from doing it. You know what I mean? And I ain't let it happen. You know what I mean? But niggas can say whatever they want until they got a shorty really trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you really got to decide for real. You know what I'm saying? Where your line is at. You know what I mean? But shout out to my Jamaicans. I held strong. You heard me? That fuck out
Columba.
Not doing that. A bumble.
Bumba clock.
This is me in 2020.
Okay.
This is me in 2020.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that's after I had grew it out because I had a hot top for a while. You know what I mean? Because I could show you me in 2019. This Carl, I was getting no pussy. Where's me in 2019? I was getting no pussy. Where you at? No pussy, Carl. 2019. This when I had to step in my shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find my little bum ass face. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I
wasn't getting no pussy back. That's when I was going through a little drought. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. Roof. No.
So it's the truth, Roof. Hey, shout out to Roof the Truth. Yeah, go buy that hair from Roof the Truth, baby.
It's so sad. It's the truth. But look at this young. Yeah, it's me 2019. I was like 19 here. You know what I mean? With the little step on my joint, getting no play from the shorties, none. Well, at least I wasn't chasing that. I was most of my focus back then. You know what I mean? But that was. But I coulda. But I wasn't about that. I wasn't really about that life, man. Because listen, I wasn't that bad looking a guy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, something with me and the ladies. You know what I'm saying? This was me a year later. Like I know I could have got some bitch. I know I could have got somebody. I know I could have got somebody, but I could have got somebody.
You know, you look like the one on that video. What was that video back in the day? With Guy. What was it called? Dang, it was my song too. I can't even remember. Oh my God.
So did you ever was you was around when guys had when guys was rocking those styles?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was the group, the male group called Guy.
Boys to Men, or
it was called Guy. It was called Guy. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that was
yes. Quit playing with them. Yeah. Shout out to Guy.
I was still rocking in New York. So the guys had some hot tops in Detroit back in the day.
Of course, they bringing them back now.
Shout out.
Yeah.
When I first moved out here, I still had that in 2020. I was out here and I still had that hot top. When I tell you that nobody I ever saw in my whole time in Detroit was ever fucking with my hot top, dog. And I'm not even trying to like pretend like that. Like nah. Like y'all had the waves, y'all had the buffs, y'all got that. I
say all the Detroit stuff.
I give it to y'all.
The buffs.
I give it to y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all had the dreads on fleek, or y'all had the dreads. Y'all rocking with that. You know what I'm saying?
Rastafarians.
No doubt. No, definitely not Rastafarians. You know what I'm saying? But
just the regular hood.
Y'all rocking with the dreads, with the hoods. Yeah, because that's when people ask me, because I know for sure that I'm lowering my attraction to women by a good 20-30% just by me not having dreads. And just by me not having tattoos, you know what I'm saying? I know guaranteed, because I've seen the dating apps, right? And I was saving that for later, but I've seen so many times in women's bios, I like dreadheads, I like a guy with dreads, I like a guy with dreads. I've seen that dozens of times, but not one time have I ever seen in the bio, I like a guy with braids. Never once. It's either they don't mention the hair or they like a guy with dreads. But braids gets no love in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But for me, as a Jamaican, dreads is like a religious hairstyle then because of the Rastafarians. So to me, if you're gonna call yourself a Jamaican and you're gonna have dreads and you're gonna treat dreads as if they're just a hairstyle and they have no religious or spiritual significance, and you're gonna continue to eat pork or do these other things that Rastafarians don't do, then you're turning your back on your Jamaican heritage and you're just wearing dreads. I understand people that have that's their thing, but as a Jamaican, if you're a Jamaican and you're wearing dreads and you're eating pork, that's blasphemous, dog. You know you shouldn't be doing it. Come on,
definitely.
You know you should. So if you're a Jamaican and you're gonna get dreads, then do what Jamaicans with dreads would do. Then be a Jamaican with dreads and be a Rasta and do what you're supposed to do. But if you're not gonna do that, then just get braids, bro, and just live with it. You know what I'm saying? But either way, yeah, I like bacon. What I'm saying.
Me too. That's it. That's
short,
all pork I like is bacon.
Yeah, I can give up if they can let me just have bacon. I'll give up all the other types of pork.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? But like, can you let me have my bacon?
No, I'm not giving up bacon.
And
I'm not.
You ever had beef bacon?
No, I don't like none of it. Turkey, beef,
I don't
none
fuck
of it.
With turkey bacon.
The only bacon I like is Canadian.
Canadian
That's
bacon is
other than
also
pork.
good. Yeah, yeah. And
That's the
still
only
ham,
bacon
but
that
it's
I
not-
like.
It's not
Yeah.
exactly the same, but it's still
Exactly.
ham. Once it's still pork, but it's not exactly the
Yeah.
same. But it's still
I
it's
love
good as fuck.
Canadian.
Shout out Canadian bacon. It is good.
Yeah, shout out
You
Canadian
gotta
bacon.
try beef bacon one time.
No,
You
I
gotta
don't
tr-
want.
you
I
gotta
tried
try
it. It's
Try
nasty.
not-
It tastes like paper cardboard.
It tastes
And then turkey bacon tastes like
turkey bacon.
the little stuff. You know how when you get the chicken out the freezer and then the little pack that they come in out the grocery store. That's what it tastes like. Like, come on now.
I can't deal with turkey bacon. Just tastes too.
It
harsh.
tastes like
It's
some
not
type
right.
of packed chicken.
Yeah, it
plastic.
It just ain't it for
Yeah.
real. It just for sure ain't it.
We can't do that.
No. But anyway, yeah. So,
I could do ground turkey though.
yeah, ground turkey. I used to have somebody that made me ground turkey things, and ground turkey's okay. Ground turkey's good.
Spaghetti, chili, all that.
I've had it in soups and stuff like that. Ground turkey soup. It was like a Italian wedding soup type thing that was made. That shit was fire.
Ground turkey.
That shit was fire.
And ground chicken.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah. So, this is the British news headlines where I tossed it to Charles, letting him give us some headlines from around the world. You know what I mean? So, Charles, are you there, Charles? Please come in, Charles. Sorry I don't have your original music, but please come in, Charles. Oi, Charles here with the news and the headlines to keep you lot informed of what's going on in the world. You understand? Let you know what's happening around the world with the headlines and all that. Here we are. The United States has announced on a series of decisions regarding its weapons sales and aids and provisions to Israel and Saudi Arabia. Talking about the U.S. State Department confirmed that $3.5 billion in military aid as a part of a $14 billion settlement package in the Congress by Biden earlier has been awarded to Israel. So, of course, we're deepening our involvements with all of these wars going on around the world. So we have to watch out for that, you understand? And your taxpayer money is just funding people getting shot up and hit with bombs and all that, man. Sorry about that. But there we are. Next story up here.
About who? Yes.
Well, I can't quite hear what's going on here, honestly, because the audio is not the best. But here we are. During a press conference at Mar-a-Lago, former President Donald Trump was asked if his stance on AR-15 ownership has changed following the assassination attempt against him. And I'm pretty sure that that he's still not trying to ban it, you know what I mean? Because he understands that.
No, I didn't. Look, if you take away guns, she wants to take away everyone's gun. If you take away guns, can't do it because people need the guns for protection. Now, entertainment, they want it, hunting, they want, different things. But they need weapons for protection in this country. People live out in the woods and they're not going to have a gun. If you look at some countries, I don't want to get them in trouble, but some countries have actually gone the opposite way. They had very strong gun laws, and now they have gone the opposite way, where they allowed people to have guns, where in one case they encouraged people to go out and get guns, and crime is down 29%. And remember this, what is the toughest gun law in the United States? Chicago. On July 4th, 117 people were shot and 17 died. The toughest gun laws in the United States are in the city of Chicago. You know that. They had 117 people shot. Afghanistan does not have that.
That's a bit of his reaction there, you know what I mean? And part of that, I must say, as a man living in Detroit several hours from Chicago, is the fact of the state laws. You can't have strict gun laws and then 3-4 hours away have immediate access to guns, because all they're going to do is take a little road trip to go get the fucking guns, bruv. You know what I mean?
Period.
So it's not going to stop anything from happening, honestly. So that's the answer to that one. But anyway, man, for more information on these headlines, feel free to do your own fucking research. And with that, back to you, Charlie. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. I appreciate you letting us know what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Keeping us informed, because there's always weird shit going on. But obviously, that's the easy answer. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I'm about to go to. They have a taste festival happening in Chicago in September or something like that.
September 7th. I want to go.
Yeah. You know, I get a lot of drone footage of Detroit, and I feel like Chicago is a part of the Detroit experience to a degree, because almost everyone I know in Detroit that's been in Detroit long enough has been to Chicago once or twice or 3 times, a couple times, you know what I mean? Because it's right there most times, you know what I mean? So it's almost a part of what you do. It's the same way how they've been to
Cedar Point, which is technically in Ohio, I believe. You know what I mean? But once again, I feel like Ohio was a part of the Detroit experience, the same way how Chicago was a part of the Detroit experience, because same way how Canada is, but a little harder because of the border, but the same thing because it's right there. Like, these places are not that far to drive from, and they're really fun places, at least Cedar Point, you know what I mean? So a lot of Detroiters have been to Cedar Point. A lot of Detroiters have been to Toronto, been to Canada to some degree. A lot of Detroiters have been to Chicago. You know what I mean? So I wanted to go fly around Chicago one day. You know what I mean, with my drone. You know what I mean, to see the landscape. Plus, I heard that they have. Have you ever been to Chicago? I heard that the skyscrapers there, and the architecture there is the closest to New York, from what I can hear, because the skyscraper was really born in Chicago, apparently. You know what I mean? So what's Chicago like?
Well, when I went, it was like just so ghetto. It was worse than Detroit.
Damn.
And I was like, wow.
Must have went to O-Block. What you went to O-Block?
I don't know what it was, but the only thing that I liked from there was the taco in the bag, walking taco.
Walking
The
taco.
walking taco. The Doritos. You go in the store, you get the bag of Doritos. They put the little corn, the little beef, and all the little onions and stuff in the bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like the only thing that I really liked about Chicago.
All right.
Other than that, it was worse than Detroit.
Have you tried the Chicago pizza?
Well, not in Chicago. I've tried it in Detroit.
Tried it in Detroit, but not in Chicago. You know what I mean? What I've seen of Chicago pizza, that's not even pizza, dog. That's
It
pizza,
is.
It's pizza pie.
You gotta get Detroit style.
Now, Detroit style pizza, I fuck with. Like Jets, I will fuck up some Jets, dog, all day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I fuck with Jets. I fuck with Detroit style pizza.
Yes.
But I've never had that Chicago pizza yet, and I might go try it at some point. But dog, when the first time I tried it, I know I'm gonna get it on camera because it's my first time be in Chicago.
Little
trying
Caesars.
What?
Little Caesars.
You tried Little Caesars, Detroit.
No, Little
Chicago
Caesars
pizzas?
is from Detroit.
Yeah, it's
you
from
know, we
Detroit, yeah.
originate from Detroit. So if you want to go try good meat lovers,
A good meat lovers.
go get you some Little Caesars.
All right, I fuck
Yeah.
with it. Little Caesars is good as.
But Jets is good too. I like they thin crust. I like they thin crust with they barbecue chicken thin crust.
Okay. You fuck with it. He fucks with it. All right. Yeah. The New York pizza is still the best for me. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Detroit pizza with the thicker with the deep dish kind of. I fuck with it because I always liked the crust, and y'all crust is like it give you more corn, a little more crustiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though it's not as airy as because New York crust is like it's airy.
Airy.
It's got
Like, that's what I don't like.
You don't like the airiness, but it be fluffy. You
No,
gotta
I
get
like
it.
the fluffy, good filled-in
It was
crust,
a filled-in crust. All right. Yeah, but it be airy.
like Little Caesars.
Yeah. Little Caesars does that. Little Caesars dough tastes good.
Man,
dough
when I tell you they got the best cheese, the best dough, and when you go get a meat lovers, they're not stingy.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. I give them that.
Yeah.
Give them that.
Yeah.
They do. And I always love the garlic parm on the on the crust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fuck with Little Caesars. I do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the brand building segment where we I let the guests plug. And if they have a business they want to plug, or they want to plug their social media, or if they have a friend's business they want to plug, but yeah, it's the shameless plugging segment. You know what I mean? If anything you want to get going, want to shout out your social media, you know what I mean? This is the brand building segment. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, I got a lot of friends out there that got businesses. I want to shout out J&J Lawn Care Service. Right. I want to shout out Excellence Express for my brother, Dre. That's Excellence Express Transportation. Anytime you want a party bus, a Sprinter, even the boat. We doing the boat with the jet ski on the side. So yeah, we doing that. Yeah, Excellence Express right here. That's what we doing.
Excellence Express. I fucking
yes.
love it. Absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I mean, what's your social media as well? You want to tell the people real quick?
Oh, my social media is Key Ray Turner. And then I have Girl Band Clan on Instagram. Miss Kiki Girl Band Clan.
And Girl Band Clan, absolutely. I'm gonna probably have the Q-Ray Turner one on. That's the one that's probably I'm gonna have in the beginning when I introduce you, because I always have it flash across the screen or whatever. So I'm probably have that. Make sure you guys go follow her. You know what I'm saying, and go support what she got going on. You know what I'm saying, and be respectful. You know what I'm saying, and yeah.
I'm disappointed in y'all, man. Y'all ain't send me no titty pictures. Y'all ain't send me nothing all week. You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead.
Disappointed. You know what I'm saying? My DM's been dry. You know what I mean? I'm real disappointed.
Dead.
You know what I mean? The boy been working hard out here. I ain't had no encouragement. No encouragement. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm dead.
I'm joking. Hit my DMs, man. I'm done, man. I ain't got nothing now. Now you so you have the brand. So the brand builder segment. I normally play a little bit of my last Freestyle Friday or whatever I had.
When I get to office,
my
we are
bad.
going to.
Come on, damn, they really with the politics this week. I guess it's that time of year, huh? But yeah,
Man.
yeah, they're running the hard and ramp, you know what I mean? But yeah, I wanted to play a little bit of my last one. Oh wait, it's not gonna let me skip. Oh, you bum ass piece of shit. Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna go to my SoundCloud then and play it from there. Now, because there was one little song I did this Freestyle Friday that was pretty decent, so I wanted to play that one. But yeah, let me find it for y'all real quick.
One another week, I'm thinking I'll be not working. No, she was loving the way that I put it.
No. Okay. Which one?
Back then, the youngs want it all, but I can't have it all. Guess again.
Which one? Is it the one that? All right. I'll go unpack that.
Down like nah, whatever.
So yeah, enjoy the drone footage. You know what I'm saying? Flying over the sky. You know what I mean? And enjoy the bars. Remember, this is all off the top. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is from the most recent Freestyle Friday. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't know. We might take a bathroom break. We might do something. But either way, y'all not gonna see us. Y'all gonna see the drone footage and hear the music. You know what I mean? So please enjoy the music. Oh wait, my bad. Before I could give y'all the music, I gotta talk about my brain build segment. Wait. So listen, I'm working on getting a camera. That's my next. It's in my next Amazon cart. Is getting the Sony ZV-E10. So you know what I mean. So I can stop using my iPhone. And once I get that camera, I'm gonna go back to having my 3-person pods where I can have one camera in it, because punching in on 1080p footage is, because like when I had a couple 3-people pods, right? So it'd be 1, 2, and someone sitting right there. But when I do that, the camera has to be further back and in that corner to catch all 3 of us. And when I do that, in order to get those clips for online, I have to then punch in on your face, punching on their face, punching. And when you're doing that on 1080 regular HD footage, when you zoom in, that is 480p 720, so it doesn't look as HD. So you got to do it on 4. You got to shoot in 4K. That way, when you zoom in, it's still HD. It's still 1080p, so it still looks perfect, like as if you didn't even have to zoom in. So to do that, the iPhone's not gonna. The iPhone can shoot in 4K, but it's not gonna. It's just gonna. It might overheat. It's gonna use up too much data. It's just not efficient to do that with the iPhone. You know what I mean? So when I get the better camera, which I'm gonna get, and I finally start shooting back in 4K. I'm gonna have. That's when I'm gonna be able to have back the 3-people pods. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have I'm gonna buy another one of them, and I'm gonna finally be able to have even bigger pods. Because the goal is the last thing I bought for the Power was this audio interface, and this audio interface can take 4 regular mics and then 2 wireless mics for a total of 6 mics. You know what I mean? So I can eventually have like a 6-person podcast with this audio interface. You know what I mean? And I just got to have the camera angles to capture all of these people, and then the mics for these people to talk into. You know what I mean? At which point I'll be able to have bigger shows, bigger panels, more dynamic conversations. It'll be less work for me on the docket, because when you have more people answering the same question, there's less work for you to do, because more conversation is going to happen. There's more people talking. So I got to do less work with the producing as far as like asking that many questions to fill up the time. You know what I mean? So just stay tuned, because the show is popping. Is going to keep growing and manifesting the same way how it went from the Zoom podcast to in studio to 1 mic to 2 mics to 3 mics to more than 1 mic to this to 4K. Just stay tuned. It's continuously reinvesting and continuously progressing. You know what I mean? We had about, I ain't gonna show you anything, but we had about 600,000 views. You know what I mean? As so far as it stands. You know what I mean? Because we've been pushing it constantly. You know what I mean? So shout out to the business and things working out. You know what I mean? Shout out to the never-ending fucking struggle of this damn content creation game. You know what I mean? But we making it happen. You know what I'm saying? I can't guarantee views.
You know what I'm saying? I can't guarantee followers. I can't guarantee anything really. But what I can guarantee is effort. All right, I can guarantee effort. I can guarantee I'm going to post like every motherfucking day and stay consistent. You know what I mean? I could guarantee that. You know what I'm saying? So just showing what we got here. Let me see what the exact number. Now, granted, it's not showing Twitter. So Twitter is another 100K by itself, even though it's not showing it. You know what I mean? But as you can see here, this is for the whole year. This is from January 1st to August 10th. We got 202,000 views on Instagram, 176 on TikTok, 90,000 on Facebook, 80,000 pretty much on YouTube, 30,000 on Pinterest. And I haven't even started posting the threads yet. So we have 580K, you know what I mean? And that's not including Twitter. Twitter's another 100,000, 100,000 on Twitter, you know what I mean? So we really at about 600, 650, 650,000, you know what I'm saying? Because I post on Twitter as well, you know what I mean? So we're doing well for this year, you know what I mean? Even though there's a lot more to improve, there's a lot more to do, new connections to make, way more stuff to do, you know what I mean? But we're doing what we can for so far, you know what I mean? It's just one-man team running at it, one Jamaican versus one Jamaican, dog.
All right.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and probably take that picture. But anyway, yeah, now y'all enjoy the most recent Freestyle Friday, you know what I mean? All off the top, all one take. Y'all know how I do. This is Freestyle Friday number 159. So y'all know I got that, you know what I mean? 159 weeks in a row of consistency. You heard me? So please enjoy. Thank you.
Let's unpack that. Turn it up. Turn it. Okay. This is early. Wait, let's unpack that. We've been working, that's a big fact. But you broke, why you broke, nigga, why's that? Let's unpack that. You spending all this money, nigga, on what? Buying all the shit you need, yeah, that's true as fuck. But honestly, my nigga, you be broken. That's your whack, man. That's your whack. Wait. Let's that shit is in land. Wait. I do everything that I do on the gram. The hope that they following me if they can. They see how I'm doing this shit isn't easy. I'm shooting for stars to see where I land. I'm just doing it and shit in the land. Just doing it that they can see through the lens. Don't know what I'm doing, nigga, to chillin'. Remember, nigga, I ain't never chillin'. I'm just tryna rest before I fall out. Sorry for the times a nigga fuck up with the social shit around. Bitch, way too hot, my nigga. Wait, you gotta put it down. You to act like you don't give a fuck. Bitch, I'm tired of this shit for real. My bad, I'm gonna play the first one for y'all. For real. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm going in. Fuck it. You'll never hear from me again. Fuck it. My fault, I'm going in. Wait. My bad for thinking I can have everything that I wanted. My bad, I gotta focus on the kingdom, bitch, I'm on it. My bad, I'ma pop so many fucking clips. I'm gonna pop it on them here, but I ain't gonna let them fucking live. Fuck it. I'ma go in. Fuck it. Hoes, man, I'm locking in. Fuck it. They never hear from me again. Fuck it. I swear I'm focusing on 10. Fuck it. I'm on my own. I pay my bills. I stand on 10. Okay. I pay for me, my rich and need. I'm going in. Okay. Depend on nobody. Depending on me. Okay. I make it happen every week at Charlie G. Okay. And all them bills you pay, the bills were paid by me. Okay. I got the whole spirit and me good consistency. Okay. They mad at me, but fucking can't let them get me. Fuck them. Bitch, I told ya niggas already. Fuck it. I guess I'll go ahead and Glock in. I can't focus on everything. I'm focusing on hand. Focus on me. Focus on G.O.D. Focus on my spirit. Okay. No, they can hear it. Okay. I don't give a fuck. Man, I gave way too many. And I gave way too much. Wait, I done gave way too much. For you to act like you don't give a fuck. Bitch, my time is 1-on-1. You know what I be putting up. All these clips, all this work. Bitch, I stay putting up. Niggas cannot put the push-ups, all the work that I put up. And they never got the muscle on me. Shit, why would I put up with they work? Why would I put up with they little opinions? I don't give a fuck. I steady out this bitch, I'm going there, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm turning up every week, my own liquor on me, I'm turning up. My widow, you know, bitch, I pay for everything but good as fuck. I'm feeling good as fuck. Pay for everything. I made it through another week. I'm thanking God. He still let me be on my feet. I did this shit 100 and something. Bitch, that's good consistency. Like wait. That spirit in me, so I do what I care. I'm committed to myself. Don't give a fuck, bitch. You can buy where, go by there. Bitch, go bye. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Nah. Fuck it. I'ma go lock in. How so much I'ma bring her. So much work I got. So much work that I could bring her. So much work. So fast. All right.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the Freestyle Friday. Thank y'all for enjoying the drone footage. You already know I'm back. I'm back to kill a game. I'm about to kill a game. You know what I mean? This is the second half of the podcast where it always gets a lot more spicy, man. A lot more spicy. So considering that, let me go ahead and pour my drink because I'm in need of a little drink. I ain't got none right now. Let me see what's going on here. 1 second. Ooh, yes, let me see. All right, Malagra. All right.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. She was popping. Yeah, it's the second half. Yeah, boy. All right. So, how do you feel about modern day gender roles in relationships? As in, like, back in the day, it used to be like, oh, he's traditional. Like, you're a housewife, you stay at home, you take care of the kids and the family and the house chores, and the guy, I go out, I make all the money. You know what I mean? I pay for everything. You know what I mean? I protect, I provide. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the traditional way for like the majority of the human existence. Damn, lost after that. Whatever. I use the other one. But yeah. So, how do you feel about how modern gender roles have changed versus women entering the workforce? You know what I mean? The balance of masculine and feminine. How you feel about it?
Well, I think that men should be more open-minded of it because we have single mothers out here. And they should be more open-minded to the woman playing the Alpha Omega because God made us that way. We are female. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are male. We are female.
Yeah.
So we were made Alpha Omega. So in that form, I just feel like men should be more open to, women being single mothers and playing the role of the mother and the father now today. And then you have single fathers, single males who playing the mother and the father. So both vice versa. I just think that we both need to be more in unity and open-minded to each other that, we could be single parenting.
But we don't, I feel like that's not what got the human race to where it's at right now. You know what I mean? And I feel like, well, first off, statistically, I know the truth that single mothers versus single fathers, the outcome of a kid coming out of a single father household is like, it's either going to be as good as a dual parent household or like only a little bit worse. You know what I'm saying? Like versus a single mother household. You know what I mean? Apparently, like the statistics on that is like it's just like the way more likely to incarcerate, way more likely to for the just saying coming out of it, more likely to almost all the worst they say coming from the single mother. Now, granted, I was raised by a single mother. I'm not trying to come with the single mothers. You know what I'm saying? And then even just dating, like dating a single mother is difficult. You know what I mean? I've dated like maybe like 2 single mothers. I used to just not want to do it at all. But am I dealing with women? I feel like a lot of times the mothers have like better brain. It's like it's more to deal with because they have a kid, but at the same time that kid helped them mature, so they're much less of a knucklehead as opposed to dealing with a girl with no kids. Sure, she doesn't have that baggage, but she also is probably not as mature and probably more likely to be a knucklehead. You know what I mean? So you gotta, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's like a catch was given,
Catch 22 and then catch not 22. So I just feel like if the man doesn't want women to be masculine, if they don't want them to be that way, then they have to present the masculine.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So if you have more men presenting that, then you don't have to worry about the woman presenting that because she's going to be submissive like she's supposed to be. And you're bringing out the submissiveness in her because you're being
what you're supposed
to be. And she's being what she's supposed to be. That's just like the game of chess.
Honestly.
You know what I'm saying? The queen is the most valuable piece on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But the king need his queen and the queen need his king.
I agree. I agree for sure. Totally. As a guy that's trying to build I always say one of the ways that I feel like modern society has it mixed up
is what I say is that equal doesn't mean identical. Like, is the woman's value and the men's value equal
No.
in value to me to the survival of the human race?
No.
I think that they're both, like, in value, they're equal, but in existence, they're not equal. As in, like, they're the way that they serve the human race is in different roles. It's different for the most part. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be in the problem that it runs into is when you try to be in direct competition with women. You know what I mean? And then that's more the problem with women run into. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't want to get biblical about this, but
Let's get it.
my view on women, I don't know. I feel like I got to be very careful with how I deal with women because I learned about the downfall of Lucifer. And apparently, the downfall of Lucifer, what happened with him was he was an angel in heaven, and he was the one that was literally leading the prayers in heaven. So he was one of the angels that was allowed to look God in the face. Oh, and that was like a big, like, honor. You know what I'm saying? That's literally Lucifer's job in heaven before he became Satan, right? And the thing was, Lucifer was apparently the most beautiful of all the angels. Like, apparently he was like beauty in the dictionary. You look up next to it, it was Lucifer. It was him. He was the most beautiful of all the angels.
Well, that was his voice. His voice was the most beautiful of all angels. And God used his voice to wake up the world every morning.
Yeah, he was the morning. He would bring the morning. Yeah, he would bring the, but he became so infatuated with his own beauty, infatuated with his own attributes that he wanted to be God. He wanted to overstep that thing, you know what I mean? And when I think about which side of the human race is more infatuated with their own beauty and wants to overtake when I think about those qualities and which side of the human race that more describes,
Just men.
It's women more. Women care more about their beauty than men do. Who's more infatuated with their beauty, men or women?
Well, yeah, because we're beautiful. Men are handsome. It's two different things. But then you have the LGBT that is more infatuated, men that is more infatuated with their beauty because they want to be women.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so I can't agree with you on that.
Terrible.
You know what I mean?
I can't.
So you have the world today that's making people feel like if you don't have a fake booty and fake titties that you're not hitting. And that's not the truth. Nothing about me is fake. No booty is fake. No titties is fake. No tummy tuck. None of that. I'm all natural.
You don't need none of that. You know what
and
I
would never get it.
And men, the thing is, I don't know with two things I'll say about that. Number one, men will always value a natural woman over any artificially made up woman. That's number one. Number two, this whole drive to wear excessive makeup and this whole drive to have plastic surgery and things has actually, what it's actually done has made transgender women better able to compete with you.
Yeah.
Because you know who has fake asses too? Transgender women. You know who has fake tits too? Transgender women. You know who has a bunch of makeup on too? You know how much has it? Transgender women. So if the real women are also having a lot of makeup or also having, well, then for the man trying to tell the difference between a real woman and a man trying to be a woman, the gap and how they're presenting themselves are becoming closer and closer. You know what I mean? So whereas a woman on the real talk she could damn near be bald, take off all her. She's still a woman at the end of the day. We gonna pick up on her womanly shape, her natural hips, natural body. We're always gonna be more attracted to that natural woman. You know what I'm saying? Always. That's why women be bugged out. They be like, I go to the club and I'm all dressed up in makeup and I got this and that. And guys is like looking at me, not that much, but then I go to the grocery store and I'm in sweatpants and I'm regular and guys just fucking with me there. And I'm like, oh, you wonder why? You wonder why? You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're all dressed up, we ain't fucking with you as much. When you way dressed down, we fucking with you. You wonder why? You know what I mean? Because we get to see the real you in the supermarket. You know what I mean? That's the you we gonna wake up with more close than the you we meet in the club. You know what I'm saying? That's not who you are at all, for real. You know what I'm saying? How you look, how you dress, how you act, and none of that is. But how you are in the supermarket is probably way more likely closer to the real you. That's why you're probably more likely to get approached by a good man at a supermarket. I mean, I probably wouldn't do that at a supermarket anyway, but still, I do look at women at the supermarket way differently than I look at women in the club or different other situations. You know what I'm saying?
Understandable.
My other question for you is like, what is modern dating like for you? I didn't date back in the day. Like, I wasn't old enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dating starts in like the MySpace era, the AIM, like right, maybe like a couple years before social media. You know what I mean? But you've had a couple dating eras. You know what I mean? But how do you feel about modern dating today versus how it might have been when your son was being born like 25 years ago, 26 years ago? So how do you feel about the change in dating?
Well, back then when my son was being conceived, he just took me. You know, today.
He just took you. What is that? What do you mean by that?
He was like, "Hey, I want you. You're going to be my woman. So, hey, you're going to be my woman. I want you." And that's what he did. He went and bought me my own place. I had my own keys to my own car, to my own home. A shopping spree, everything. He just took me, you know. Versus to today, men are scared to do that, and they don't want to do that because they want the woman to do it for them. They're being lazy. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, what can you do for me? It's a finance thing right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what can you do for me type thing? You know, and if you can't come three times and I can come for myself, then what's the purpose?
So wait, you think men are asking that from women?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. They done changed. It done changed. You know, men are supposed to take care of the household financially, and now it has changed to where the women is doing it.
That's crazy. That was one of my other things because I've heard complaints from both sides. You know what I mean? Where it's like the men are complaining about manly women, which I can totally agree with. But I've also heard the women complaining about sassy men, about men that are like more feminine than that.
Yeah, act like bitches.
Yeah, for real.
You know, so those are the down low men who like to get done to in the butt. And you can tell because any man that wants to defile a beautiful woman like myself and say, you know, oh, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, that means you're gay, period. There's no ifs, ands about it because you know that I'm not ugly.
Yeah.
And you know that I'm probably like the next thing smoking to Holly Berry.
Yeah.
So,
that's okay shit.
You know, so at the end of the day,
yeah,
why would you be defiling me if you weren't gay? So you have to be gay.
To me, that's to me, anyhow you going too much. That's why I don't, especially now, right? I don't really argue with women a lot. To me, the moment you start, you going back and forth with it. You going back. That's real. That's not your place. That's just real tight. You shouldn't be going back. I'm not trying to go back and forth with a woman in an argument like that, like OD like that, especially no domestic for real. Like last time, I remember I stopped dealing with her really OD. I mean, she's still trying to say what's up, but like, she lost me after that night because one night she decided I went to go pick her up from somewhere, and because she called me because she was drunk or whatever. I fixed it right up. It should be Gucci. It should be good. It's my fault. That's my fault. You know what I mean? So I went to pick her up one night, and she was drunk. That's why she had me picking her up to take her back home, whatever. Even though I was working a lot. It was really inconvenient. But whatever. I went to pick her up, and she was, like, drunk a lot. So she was, like, being belligerent, being disrespectful. You know what I mean? To me, saying shit to me that was crazy. You know what I mean? Now I was like, that's weird. But at the same time, I remember, because it's my first time, I remember her, she does this with her friends. Sometimes her friends do this. She get drunk and like start saying wild shit or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? But this is her first time doing this to me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't respond well to it at all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like come back at her. I wasn't trying to yell at her or anything. I wasn't going tit for tat like that. But I was definitely, after I took her home, I was definitely trying to kick her out of my car, get up out of here. You know what I mean? Because I was not about to have you sitting in my car while I'm in front of your house after dropping you off. Well, you about to just sit in front of your house and just yell at me for 10 minutes. Hey, you could just go home. Why don't you just go home?
Exactly.
And I'll just go home. You know what I mean? But yeah, because that's just catty to me. That's just too, like, at the end of the day, if a woman's coming at you like that she doesn't respect you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Especially with the things she's saying. You know what I mean? So you can either, what are you gonna do then as a man? You're gonna argue with her and get mad at her for not respecting you? Or are you gonna then stick around and try to convince her to respect you? You know what I mean? Good fucking luck, bro. If you're ever a guy, let me tell you something. In my personal opinion, this is the reason why I tell you not to cry in front of your girl, not to do certain shit. Because to me, once a woman loses respect for you, dog, the idea of getting that back is very, very slim. You know what I'm saying? So you better off just cutting your losses and starting to fuck over, dog. I'm telling you. Man. You know what I mean? So once a woman lets you know in however way she does that she has no respect for you at all, what you gotta go, then you gotta go. There's no other respectable response to that other than you parting ways and going to better yourself and find out that there's no other way you can, you know what I mean? So I don't understand how a woman can do that to a guy and then still expect, why would you want him to take you back when you know that if he does, you already don't respect him. If he takes you back, you definitely not gonna respect him. So why is you messing with him again? What you just? So why is you?
Purpose.
I'm just saying. It makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? But yeah. So how do you feel about dating apps? This online dating thing. I remember when I first did it, used to be more unheard of, but now it's very very common. So how do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I love them. I mean, that's the only way I date. And I think they're dangerous, though, in a way, so you have to be careful. Mm-hmm. But once you alleviate the fake from the real, then you got something going on.
Yeah. Online dating for me, I've never been a real big fan of. You know what I mean? I always rather in person. You know what I mean? I know I win in person. Like, same thing with interviews for jobs. Like, a lot of times for job application, my job application to interview ratio sucks. I've applied for, like, let's say 100 jobs, and I get like fucking 10 interviews. Let's say 10 interviews, right? But if I get 10 interviews, I'm probably getting 9 job offers. You know what I mean? So if I get in the interview and I'm actually standing in front of you, talking to you, communicating, most times I get the job. You know what I mean? But it's getting to the interview that'd be a problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and with women, I don't know. I've had to learn. I learned a lot of things about myself dealing with women. You know what I mean? I've learned why some women don't like me, why some women like me. You know what I mean? And it's very difficult. I learned one thing, that women are very emotional. A lot of times they're very emotional. And I haven't learned how to tap into that enough, but I've learned enough of their motives of why they do things in relation to me that I've seen it to be an emotional point of view. You know what I mean? Like, for one example, bad girls that are bad girls that are like, they're hoes, they're bad girls, right? A lot of them don't like me sometimes because when they start to deal with me, and if I ever start to, they understand at some point that I'm a good man, right? And then at that point, they say the number one, I think I said this in the past pod, but let me tell you something, my good men out there. Let me tell you something. Anyhow you with a girl, and she says this line to you, you're too good for me, believe her. Believe her and fucking run away. Fucking run away, because you don't know what she's done, but she knows what she's done. She knows everything she's done, and she knows what she thinks of you and her opinion of you, and she said that for a motherfucking reason. You know what I'm saying? So my advice is to run. You know what I mean, in that situation. But here's the thing. So there's some women women are emotional. So if you're not a good woman, and you get with a guy that's not a good guy, then you'll feel fine, because you can still shit on him and say he doesn't have his shit together. So you can always shit on him again. He can't make you feel like you're not as good as one. But if you're a bad girl and you're getting with a good guy, then he's gonna make you feel bad for not being a good woman to it. You don't feel some sort of guilt, possibly. You know what I mean? And also, the other problem I've run into is like, because unfortunately I love black women. I wish I was more attracted to white women, but I love black women. And my problem is, black women have grown up in the hood. So what are you dealing with? You're dealing with hood niggas, right? So now my competition is Pookie and Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at Pookie and Ray Ray as my competition. Now, really, as a man, I know that Pookie and Ray Ray ain't really got shit on me for real. You know what I'm saying? As far as like being able to actually be a man in the world on the up and up, like what I say is that I call it the street niggas versus the sheet niggas. You know what I'm saying? See, when you need a cosign for your apartment, or you need a cosign for like real shit, you need the sheet niggas, the niggas that's good on the sheets. You know what I'm saying? They got the 401ks, they got the Medicare, they got the pay stubs. That's really about that life for real. And then you got the street niggas. Maybe when you get into certain mixed other things, you might want the street niggas to deal with certain shit when shit going left with certain beef shit. You might want the street niggas. You know what I mean? So to me, it's the sheet niggas versus the street niggas. You know what I'm saying? And like when you're dealing with black women, a lot of times, and at least I had one that was finally able, because, you know, I always wonder, what the fuck is it with these fucking thugs that niggas love so much? You know what I mean? Because I couldn't understand it. To me, all I see is instability and violence and lack of vision. You know what I mean? And emotional react. You know, these gangsters and thugs. You know what I mean? But I had a woman who was attracted to these thugs, who was attracted to the bad boys, and she was able to tell me what she told me what she liked about them is that she said that she liked their confidence. She said she liked the way that they moved through the world, pretty much the way that they're not caring, they're the dominance that they acted with. You know what I mean? She enjoyed their she enjoyed how much they defend themselves, how much they're in love with themselves. You know what I mean? To a degree, some of these hood guys, some of the real thugs. You know what I mean? But she's learned that same confidence and that same thing was what makes him confident enough to cheat on you. That same, like some of these same qualities lead to bad things happening in relationships that she's not. Like the instability with the job leads to him making money. Other ways leads to me to being in jail or in trouble or different people. Like there's a lot of instability and a lot of roller coaster that actually comes with that. But it takes her dealing with enough of these guys, going through enough of that, having 1 or 2 kids, and now she's trying to come my way. She think I'm gonna be Russell Wilson after she had Future's babies. You know what I mean? She think I'm gonna be Russell Wilson now and be stepdaddy of the year. You know what I'm saying? But like, and it's been really frustrating. It's like I can never get them when they're young enough, because when they're young enough, the Futures and the Pookie and Ray Rays, they got them locked up. They got them locked up. They got them locked up. I can't. I can't. It's not until she's been fucking ran into the wall enough times when she finally decides, well, maybe. And even then, she knows that the hood niggas ain't it, but that's what she's attracted to. So then she comes and fucks with me, knowing I'm not the hood nigga, knowing that I'm the good choice, but this isn't what she wants. You know what I'm saying? That's what the guys that they got to watch out for. Like, she could see me and see the stability, see the sense, but still know that I'm not that element, that the one that she wants. You know what I mean? So she's like, so does she go with the right logical choice with emotionally? So women is a difficult thing to deal with because they don't
unpredictable.
They're unpredictable. You know what I mean? And that's why I think that for the majority of the human race, the male in their life was involved with the dating process. That's one thing they forget about today. That your father, your older brother, your father's brother, if your dad died, your uncle, these men, because men are way better at discerning men being full of shit. You know what I mean? Men are way better at evaluating other men than women are at evaluating men. So what it used to be is that like a girl likes a guy, and then guess what? You gotta meet my dad. You gotta meet my older brother. You gotta meet a man in my family who I respect. And then that man, when you and him go talk, he's gonna figure out whether you're full of shit. And then I'm gonna go talk to him. He's gonna be like, listen, he ain't doing. He ain't gonna look out for you. He ain't gonna provide. He ain't doing for real. You know what I mean? And it's up to you as a woman to trust the men in your life that want the best for you. Now, the problem is the men have been removed. The respect for the men has been removed. A lot of women, when I ask them, do you have a man in your life, a family member or someone older, whose opinion you trust enough that if he told you about a man you were interested in being your significant other, that he's a good man, you will believe him enough to invest the emotions necessary to make the relationship work?
Yeah. My Reverend family members, my Deacon family members.
Your church,
of course.
the men of the church.
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. I have a family member who, rest in peace, Chris Jones, who was a gospel singer and would take his word over anything.
Well, I respect that. Because I do believe that's the thing that's completely missing from modern dating, completely. Because first off, the dads ain't in the house, and then if the dads are in the house, the odds of the woman, the young girl, asking the dad or the older brother for their opinion on the new guy, I feel like that happens way less. That classic scene in Bad Boys 2, when Reggie at the door, like, hey, you look 30. You looked at that classic scene, dog. But you see, that's what you gotta go. Because to me, if I'm taking a woman seriously and I'm really trying to be that man in her life, I got no fear of meeting whatever dad, uncle, bring him on. Bring him on, dog. Bring whoever you got. Let me talk to him.
Because you're ready.
Let me talk to him. Because he gonna understand that I'm not about the bullshit. I'm ready to work, nigga. Like, when I broke my neck, that was after getting the apartment. I went to work in a neck brace and still paid half the rent and more of the bills. If I can make this shit happen in a neck brace, nigga, ain't nothing to stop.
Period.
It's over, nigga. I'm gonna provide the hell or high water, nigga. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
You know what I mean? So, I feel like most men would feel like, all right, my daughter ain't gonna be starving with him. My daughter ain't gonna be homeless with him. You know what I mean? My daughter ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, your first heartbreak. Who broke your heart?
My 11-year-old's father. His name is Reynard. And, yeah, that was my first heartbreak.
Damn. It wasn't your first kids? It was your second kid?
Yeah, because that's the first person I ever was in love with. Yeah.
That sucks, you know. I heard a comedian say this one time, and ever since then, he changed my perspective. I forgot who. I can't even give him credit. I want to, but he changed my perspective on love and heartbreak. You know what I mean? Because he was like, if you're judging maximum feeling, like maximum intensity, right? The honeymoon phase versus the heartbreak is way more intense than the honeymoon phase. And he was like, you'll have the honeymoon phase with plenty of people. You first meet, it's magical. You'll have that honeymoon phase with plenty of people. That heartbreak you only have with a couple. You know what I mean? That heartbreak. So like he's like, the heartbreak lets you know the love is real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like how he was like, he judges his loves off of the heartbreaks and not the honeymoon. Not the. He's had relationships. It didn't work out. All right, but the heartbreaks only happen a couple times. He was like, the heartbreaks only happen a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So, and I felt them on that because like the girl I lost my virginity to wasn't my first heartbreak. The girl right after that was my first heartbreak. You know what I mean? But I think part of that was because I broke up with the girl, the first girl. The second girl broke up with me. That was my first time a girl ever broke up with me. You know what I mean? That was, I didn't know how to.
Sad.
I think the next year after that was when I went British. I think that's. I was like, Brooklyn car not enough, I guess. And let the English nigga on the street. You know what I mean? But yeah, and that shit sucked, man. I'll say heartbreak like physically hurts. You know, like I wasn't eating as much. You know what I mean? I went through like the one in high school was the worst one though because it damn near scared me off women. I didn't like it. I didn't like the lack of control. I didn't like their ability to affect me. I still don't like it. I don't. But the more I read about the Bible, the less I feel bad about it. The more I read about history, because I understand that this is men's, like, if you're a good man and you're a strong man, look in history for what has taken down other good, strong men. It's only a couple things, bro. It's jealous men, other men that are jealous of you for some reason. Like, I have men that are jealous of me right now. I don't got no money. I got to pay for everything. But just because I got a pod, just because I got a show, just because my shit looks a little halfway professional, they jealous. Even though I'm busting my ass and killing myself to do it. They're not jealous of my schedule, but they jealous of me for some weird reason. All right, whatever. So jealous men, they'll kill you and rob you. Don't mistake. Jealous men are one of your number one threats, dog, is you a man trying to do your thing. Jealous men. The other thing that'll take down a great man is women. Not necessarily because they're malicious, but because of your want to either please them or impress them or your want for their, like, I don't know, like that's why, like, see, Samson in the Bible. One of the lessons I learned, Samson, according to the Bible, was like the strongest man ever. Like, there's a story of him. They said in the Bible he killed 1,000 men with like a bone of an animal. You know what I mean? Like, he was like they said he ripped a lion in 2 pieces. You know what I mean? Like, Samson, and according to the Bible, was a strong, like the strongest motherfucker that the Bible's ever depicted, dog. And you know what took Samson down? Delilah. Samson's weakness was women. Delilah was a prostitute that convinced Samson to tell her his weakness. He said, what she kept saying to him was, if you really love me, you'll tell me your weakness. You know what I mean? And he told her one time, if you tie me down with a bunch of bows that were never used for work, bunch of rope that was never used for, I'll be powerless. And she did that and tied him down and called men in to kill him. And Samson broke all the ropes and killed all the men, right? And then she said, wow, you didn't tell me your real weakness. You don't love me. You know what I mean? Tell me your weakness if you love me. And he was like, all right, if you use strands out of my hair and use that and weave that into the ropes and tie me down with it, I'll be powerless. And she did that. Tied him when she was sleeping, tied him down, called in the men. He broke out the ropes and still like killed all the men. And still Delilah was like, wow, you didn't love me. So one time in the Bible, he's finally told, he was like, listen, my hair hasn't been cut since the day I've been born. And it's the truth. Samson's hair was never cut. His beard, the hair on his head was never cut since the day he's been born. You know what I mean? And he told her this. And what did she do? She cut his hair while he was sleeping and cut his beard. And apparently the strength of God truly left him when he had his hair cut. You know what I mean? And she was able to have him tied up, and he was about to be killed. He was tied up, and he was a prisoner. And they had him tied to these 2 pillars in this big building, this big building with 2 pillars he was tied to. And he was about to be killed and executed. And Samson said to God, I'm sorry I forsaken you. I'm sorry I'll be this woman. Bless me with this strength one last time, and I'll pull down these pillars, and I'll collapse the whole building, and I'll die with them. You know what I mean? And he was granted the power, and that's what he did. That was the end of Samson. He pulled down the pillars, and he killed himself with Delilah and with all the people that was there trying to kill him. You know what I mean? And to me, it's just like, so the strongest man that the Bible could depict was still his downfall was a woman. You know what I mean? And Martin Luther King, as great as he was, the only shit they got to talk about him with is that he cheated on his wife. You know what I mean? Like just so many times you look at strong men, the best men, and what takes him down? A jealous man, or his relationship with women, dog. Whether it's the Me Too movement with this, that, or this, whatever it is, dog. So I love women. I do. But I also recognize them as the number one enemy to a great man. It's fucking women, dog. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What would you say to that?
I can agree. That's all I can say. Is agree. Because men think with 2 brains, and it's always the second one they think with. So that's why. And then God made us female. He made us Alpha Omega. He made us that way. He made us that way. He made us more powerful. He made us that way because he knew that you all was going to think with 2 brains. So he said, let me make man a helpmate because he's not going to get it. Because before he can even see the ding-a-ling, he was down there playing with it, trying to figure out what it was. So God said, let me make him a helpmate because God. He's not going to get it. He's just not going to get it. Because guess what? She is to bring him to God. That's why we are to bring you to God, because you're not going to come to him by yourself, because you're going to keep thinking with that brain instead of that brain.
It's let me tell you something. It's difficult, and I've thought about it. It's one of the reasons why I was seeking a wife in today's era, which seems to be damn near impossible. So really, I've kind of given up on it. I'm just gonna chase the business and the money in the bag, because the women, whatever. But the thing is, I don't think you're all the way wrong about that. I want to say you're wrong, but the reason why is because I look at a woman. She's many things in my life. Don't get me wrong, but one of the things, as a guy, that I try to be disciplined to get to the better things. Like a woman in my life, that's my wife or my real woman, to me is a chance for me to
put my sexual energies somewhere holy, somewhere that won't destroy me, somewhere that's safe. Because if I'm a single guy and my sexual energies are being spread to this one, attacking this one, that one, it'll bring me down as a man. But being able to focus my sexual energies into one woman allows me to reach greater heights. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Instead of being out here chasing down position. You know what I mean? So I do agree with you that a woman and a good woman in a man's life will allow him to better focus his life on higher purposes. You know what I mean? Because I've thought, like, as much as I said I've given up on women, I've tried this before. I'm not good at it. See, back when I wasn't getting pussy, 19-year-old Carl, it was easy for him not to deal with women because he couldn't get women. He couldn't persuade. He was not good with. He was afraid of women almost. It was easy for me to be abstinent then. But this Carl, I have more confidence in myself. I know that if I tried to get women, I could get women. I know that. You know what I mean? So the idea of me being abstinent and not dealing with any women at all, it just doesn't happen. What happens is I end up trying to pursue. I end up doing something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just can't go abstinent. And then that's not. So it's like I can't just totally live without them. I can't find the right one to live with. You know what I mean? It's difficult to do. But anyway, my questions I got for you. Look, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Let me say, so yeah, I'm glad this is the next question. That's perfect. Did you ever want to get married, or are you married? What's going on there? What's happening there?
Yes, I'm married. We're not together, but I'm still married legally. We haven't been together for like 6 years, and we've been married 10, and he's illegally married to another woman in Illinois, while we're still legally married here in Michigan. He divorced me in Rockford to marry her.
He divorced you?
In Rockford, but Illinois, but it doesn't stand because he has to divorce me in Michigan.
Yeah.
So we're still legally married while they're unlegally married.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a complicated situation.
Too complicated.
Now, the reason why it definitely sparked my interest when you say that is because I know from statistics of examining this dating world, I know for sure that 70% of divorces are filed by women, and that amongst black women, 80% of divorces are filed by women. So I say that to say a guy leaving a relationship, a black man divorcing a woman, leaving a relationship, happens at best 25% of the time. You know what I mean? So it doesn't happen often. It's not likely. A guy is way more likely to maybe cheat and stay in the relationship. Sure, a guy might do that. But to actually file divorce, guys don't do that often. So what do you think led to that? Why do you think he did that?
Because he's selfish, and because he knew that he thought he knew that if it didn't work out with her, that he'll always be able to come back to me. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So I just believe that in God's word that I set him up to be a better husband for her.
Girls do say, I've heard that a lot, and I don't think that they're totally wrong with that. I've heard them say that we women go around fixing up other women's future husbands. You know what I mean? We're like, oh, he didn't have communication skills before. You're welcome. He didn't talk to his brother or his dad before. Now he does. You're welcome, bitch.
Thank you.
He didn't wash his own clothes the right way. Now he does. Now you have him. Now you good. I hope you're happy. You know what I mean?
Am I mad? Am I hurt? No, because I know where I stand.
But like, all right, so in trying to provide that security for a woman, right? In my opinion, you have to be able to control your woman to a degree. To a degree. The reason why I say that is because it makes sense to me. I follow this logic. A man's job is security, right? Like literal, physical, like life or death. Security is a man's job in a relationship. If you were the president of the United States of America,
Your security is the social service. So even though you're the literal president, the people's whose security job is the Secret Service. So guess who the president has to listen to? The Secret Service. The president has to tell the Secret Service what you're doing, where you're doing it, and we have to secure the situation first. Why? Because security is our job as a Secret Service. Even though you're literally the president, you have to answer to us to a degree because security is our job. Now, when I bring that to a man and a woman, security is the man's job. So, same way how Secret Service doesn't want to be responsible for securing a situation that they're not in control of to a degree, the idea of a man having to be the secure a situation that he's not in control of, number one, puts him in more danger. And number two, it's not what I call a psychologically attractive situation. So when I'm looking at a woman and I'm like, all right, what would it be like to really have her in my life and to be a man to this woman? I'm like, well, how out of control is she? How much of a liability is she? How much? All right, so I can't control her. All right, so I have to hope that what she naturally wants to do are things that don't destroy the kingdom. You know what I mean? If I can't convince her to do the right thing, you know what I mean? Because also it's like, if I'm dealing with a chick, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's why they say the Bible's supposed to be a helpmate. Like I don't get it because, like I said, the Pookies and Ray Rays, bro. I've seen girls deal with guys that have no car, guys have no job, and the girls will literally help the guy get a job, will drive the guy to work. I've seen them pour into these hood niggas. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like, why did you deem them worthy of all of this? Help me exactly what's supposed to, well, when they're not like, but they don't pour into the better guy. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But so what I was asking was, let me get back to the question. You know what I'm saying? You say you want to get married. You say you have a guy. He had divorce. You guys are legal, which is crazy. Legally separate, not separated, which really bugs me out. You know what I mean? But you married him. You guys got married at some point. You know what I mean? So how do you feel about that? Do you ever want to get married again? Well, I don't know if legally you could. You probably could still legally because you could take some legal action on your side to probably.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
But definitely I want to get married again.
Good.
That's a definite for sure. How do I feel about it? My self-esteem goes to the moon, so I don't care. I'm beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He lost out on something in this union, not me.
Yeah.
So
Terrible.
I care less. He the one has to care.
He the one that has. I hear that.
He lost something. He lost a jewel, not me.
I respect that. I love that. You know what I mean? I will say that you definitely, because see, like I said, the statistics are so crazy because back in segregation times, apparently, I almost don't believe it, but every statistic I've looked up has us at this number. Where black people are today, I can't even imagine it. But apparently, back in segregation times, black people were married at like 70, 80%. Black people were married. And today, the literal statistics, you know, the black woman is the least married woman in all of America. Like, the next one above her is the white woman. The white woman, so the white woman is married at the rate of like 50, 55%, something like that. Black women are at 25%. The odds of a black woman getting married are 1 in 4. The odds of it. So just the fact that you were married even once, you beat out 70% of fucking black women that will never get married once. You know what I mean? So 70%. So that's what it means. So if it's only 25, if only 1 in 4 black women ever get married, which is crazy. When back in segregation, we used to be married at 70, 80%. It just blows my mind. And the next lowest woman is the white woman at 55. After that is the Asian, Spanish. All of them, they getting married. Them niggas is getting married. You know what I'm saying? But the black people are the lowest. We used to be the highest. Went from the highest, most married people to literally the lowest, which is crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. I don't know what happened with the black family, man.
they want to blame it all on welfare, but I don't know if it's all welfare's fault. I mean, welfare did a big part of it, but I don't know what happened with it. I think part of what happened was like the black woman is seen as like the backbone of the black. It's been said 1,000 times that the black woman is the backbone of the black community. Like the black woman is the glue of the black. Meanwhile, every other race of people, it's understood that the men of that race is the backbone of that community. Like white men and white women, no one's saying that white women run shit. They're like, nah, the white men are the strength of that. Between the fact that the white men are the Asian men, the Spanish hardworking smart Spanish men, like every other race respects the men as being the backbone of their race. But only when you get to the black man, only when you get to the black community, is it said that the black woman is the backbone of the black woman. What that really does is it shits on all so because the men obviously are the stronger heart. Literally, when you look it up, I didn't even notice the black men work more hours than almost every other race of men in America. Black men work more hours, but they're not the strength of the black community. The women of the I don't know.
Well, what I can say is without being racist, because I'm not racist, but white men were raised different. And they were raised with different values and different upbringings. So majority of white men were raised with their mom and dad being married.
Yeah.
You have majority black men were raised single.
Yep.
So there's the problem.
True. Very, very true.
You know, you have, even if the white man wasn't married to the mother, they were still in the household like they were married. Mm-hmm. So you would have never known that they weren't. But you have single black parents being women and men. Mm-hmm. So there's the problem right there.
Damn. That's a lot of that is true. It's true. It's hard to deal with. But all right, let me ask you. So all right, so describe your perfect husband.
Well, I can't describe a perfect husband because there's no such thing.
Well, the perfect husband for you.
There's no such thing. But
damn, come on. You can't say that you want to get married again. Then
no, I do
want
to get married again, but there's
even...
no such thing as a perfect husband. I know that. That's just living a fairy tale. But my version of a good husband would be my best friend, somebody that can finish my sentences, somebody that knows what I want without asking me. Someone I can grow old and get rich with.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So when I was speaking earlier to what a woman was attracted to in a hood guy, could you resonate with any of the things that I was saying that woman was saying she was attracted to with those guys?
Of course. I mean, you got your thug guy, and every girl wants a thug guy because they want a guy to protect them. You know, so that's your thug guy.
Yeah.
You know, then you got your fairy tale.
Yeah.
The nerdy,
yeah.
type guy
exactly.
that every woman wants because they want someone that's going to be financially stable.
Exactly. What I always say, they want the grass-eating lion. That's what I always say.
Yeah. So.
Which don't exist. You're in the grass-eating lion. It doesn't exist. So the best I could do, because I'm not one of these hood niggas, all right. But what I'm going to do is a year from now. Well, not a year from now. Well, because really the appointment is for a month. The best I could do for you is give you a well trained with firearms. That's the best I can give you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a plus.
A carrying man that's well trained with firearms. You know what I mean? Sure. Do I have a violent, volatile, out of control past? No. Am I proficient in firearms and willing to use them? Sure. You know, that's the best I could give you. Now, but if you just are begging for me to be out of control, I didn't have any emotion. Because to me, I make these gangster dudes, they're emotional. Like, as in like,
these guys that are against, a lot of them, I'm not lying, a lot of them, it's like I can control you. The reason why I say that is because if I was to disrespect you, if I was to do something, we're at a job, we're at a thing, if I was to say the wrong thing, that you were now going to throw away your future. Now you're going to throw away your financial stability. You're going to throw away you're going to go to, because you're emotional, because I was able to trigger you. Whatever you were providing for your family, your woman, your everything, you're willing to throw everything away off of a little bit of disrespect. And that makes you out of control for real. That is, now, that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, it's like, I respect you not trying to tolerate disrespect, but you can't do that to the point where it throws off you can't throw away the whole kingdom for how you feel. You know,
that's true.
mean?
But then in the way, this is it. Here it is. You can't throw in the towel on the way you feel, but you also cannot decipher how someone is going to act when you disrespect them.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
So that's it in itself. So
True.
It's a catch-22.
I've learned, but some guys have such little. Like, I remember one time this guy was having, it wasn't even with me, but he was having a discussion with somebody else, right? And he just made it was about rap. It was about rapping, bro. So he made a comment about Drake, why he don't like Drake, right? And he was saying how people are going to hate on Drake just because of where he is in character. So he feels like, he was basically saying people hating on Drake because of how rich he is and where he's at more than, and then he was like, how, now you calling me a hater, you talking about my character, you like making it seem like, no, I don't like Drake because of his rapping or certain things, not because of just because he's a rich guy. I'm not a hater. Right. You know what I mean? But just him making that character, just you saying that he's hating on Drake because he's a hater, not because he dislikes Drake. Now you're saying he's a hater, which is disrespecting his character, which is apparently enough for him. Is enough. You coming at his character, that's enough. He's ready to throw it. It's done. It's done. Over a Drake discussion. Like, nigga, no one could have predicted that a simple conversation over Drake, now death. Now death.
You're
like,
done.
Like, wow. We were talking about Drake. I'm about to die over Drake. Jesus Christ. But you fuck with the wrong nigga with the wrong conversation, and nigga, you about to die over Drake. Nigga, you about to die over Drake. So it's like, dog, I respect it, but at the same time, it'd be like, nigga, you gotta watch who the fuck you talking to.
Definitely.
Watch who the fuck you talking to, dog, because a Drake conversation can get your ass clapped. All right. All right, but now we in rapid fire because you only got a little. So rapid fire questions. I got some rapid fire questions for you. All right, so damn, there's a lot of things I want to get. Hopefully, you're willing to come back for episode part 2, because there's a lot of questions that I have to ask you that I didn't get to today. You know what I mean? So
of course.
So hopefully, I can have you back if you're willing. You know what I mean? But some rapid questions with rapid questions. Do you love America?
Of course, I love America. I'm from America. I was born in America.
You know how hard it is for some people to answer that question, even with all the suffering you might have went through, even with all the injustice. You don't like the police. End of the day, would you rather be anywhere else?
No, not at all.
I feel you on that. I love America as well. Second question: what's America's biggest problem?
We don't have enough unity. We don't have enough unity. We're too busy being racist and prejudiced against each other. So we need unity in our own country. We need to come together.
God damn it. You know, y'all know y'all ain't shit, man, because goddamn right, goddamn it. Get your shit together. You know what I mean? All right, now, but what's black people's biggest problem?
Oh, my. You really want me to go there? Okay. Wow. So black people's biggest problem is they want to be rich, but they don't want to put the footwork in to do it, and they want to do it for free. They don't want to put no money in it, no work, no nothing. They just want it to be handed to them. Oh, bam, they're born, you're rich. That's how they want it. That's black people's biggest problem. And then when they come into authority, they don't know how to properly utilize it. They abuse it. So, yeah. That's their biggest problem.
Man, all right. Solid answer. All right, next one. How do you feel about Trump?
Oh, man, I love Trump. I love him. I really do.
Love Trump.
You know, people think he's a racist, but he's not. I think more so he's prejudiced than racist.
Which we all are a little prejudiced.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, and hey, they don't even know that Trump funded the Black Panther. He funded it with his own money. So that right there shows that he's not a racist.
I respect that.
He brings the money. He brings the money. That's the one thing I can say. He brings the money.
How do you feel about Biden?
I'm gonna say Biden is a little too old. He's I don't want no 80-something-year-old running my country. He done a lot of senile moves here. You know, we have the border overtaken over control because of him.
Yeah.
So
I
think he needs to go sit down and get in a hospital bed somewhere. It's over with. It's done.
Oh man, I fuck with you. I fuck with your answers. All right. So, how do you feel about Kamala?
Kamala, I love her. She's a woman. I mean, why? Why would you ask me that? I'm a woman. Okay. I love her.
Yeah.
Okay. I love her. And at the end of the day, she's a woman. She's Black. And she got it going on. We powerful out here. So
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. You know what I mean? My only I gave Kamala. I'm a Black person too. I was open to Kamala winning me over. I was open to her winning me over, right? I wanted her to win me over. But the problem I had with Kamala was, I don't know what it is, but something in my spirit senses a lack of genuineness in some of her ads and some of her interactions. Like, she had an interaction with Taraji P. Henson that I felt like was disingenuous. Her call with even the Obamas struck me as phony. Her interaction with... There's too many times when my intuition says this person isn't being truthful. They're putting on a smile up front. Something. It's the same reason why I couldn't get behind Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean? She's too calculated. There's not enough real. The realest moment I ever got from Hillary Clinton was when she was at the Breakfast Club interview, and of course she came to the Breakfast Club to talk to Charlemagne to do what? To pander to us, the Black people. You know what I mean? So, and she had hot sauce in her purse at the time at the Breakfast Club interview. And Charlemagne, shout out to him asking the tough questions. He was like, why you got hot sauce in your purse? You just trying to pander to her? You trying to pander? You know what I mean? And instead of Hillary Clinton being like the politician answer, which is, no, of course not. I love hot sauce. What she said was, is it working? Now, on one hand, you're like, how dare you admit to trying to pander to Black people?
Period.
But on the other hand, I'm like, thank you for having a human moment and admitting that you don't have hot sauce in your purse. You're not trying to, but you are trying to pay. You're trying to get our vote. But that was the most human moment she's ever had to me in her entire political career. She'd be like, is it working though? Because how many white people that come try to pander to the Black vote, but they're not going to admit to trying to pander, not going to admit though, but she'd be like, is it working though? Because I'm trying to, so I respected the honesty. But at the end of the day, still, I don't respect the overall phony. And that's what I sense from Kamala. For some reason, I sense a little disingenuous. But she's a Black woman. She's half Jamaican. I'm Jamaican. I'm a West Indian. Jamaicans refer to themselves as West Indians all the time. We're West Indians, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she's half Indian, half Jamaican. And even still, I'm not all the way behind it, dog. I don't know why.
So, do you want my honest opinion on this?
Yeah.
So, Trump was winning. Republicans see that.
Yeah.
Republicans see that. They know that he got it. Mm-hmm. Period. Hands down. So they're smart. They went in and they did a negotiation and they said, hey, if we put Camilla up, he's going to lose against her because she is the next woman, Black president. Second Black president, woman, first woman president. So they knew what they were doing. So they put her up to running so that Trump can lose. Because they know that every woman in itself, whether every man vote for her or not, every woman
Trump has
itself has her vote, hands down.
That's true. That's true. I can't deny that. It's the reason why I feel like she might actually win.
She's gonna win, and there's no actually to it.
But at the same time,
she's gonna win.
At the same time, this wouldn't be the first time that Donald Trump defeated a woman that was prized to be the first. He beat Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was. This ain't his first time taking down a shorty. This ain't his first time going around. Ain't his
but
first
it's
time.
his first time taking down a black
woman.
shorty.
black shorty.
So that's the thing.
That's harder to deal with.
That's harder to deal with. It's his first time taking down a black shorty, and I don't think he's gonna do it. Okay, because Trump had my vote up until Camilla came in. Okay,
damn.
Up until Camilla came in, because I was all voting for Trump. All Trump. Do you hear me? All
and then
day.
Kamala came in.
And when Kamala came in, I was pissed because I said they know what they're doing.
Yeah, damn.
Because for sure, Trump had my vote. But now it's Camilla. I can't.
The hat went from red to pink. You see what?
You hear me? It went from let's make America great again to hey, we're going to do this with Camilla. All woman power, baby.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That identity politics is a rough motherfucker to beat.
Man, let me tell you.
Hillary only had one thing on her side that she was a woman. So, like, Trump, when he went against Hillary, he ran that whole anti-establishment because Hillary is very establishment. And Kamala is also very establishment. The whole establishment is behind her. All the news, you can see it. You can't find a bad story about her right now. Every media outlet, everywhere, the whole establishment is definitely on her side.
Period.
For sure. You know what I mean? And Trump could be like, I'm an outsider. I'm not part of the system. I'm here to buck up the system. I'm here to make change. But he has that might be too much for him to fight against. Her being a woman and a woman of color, and you gonna choose a white ass vice president. He should have chose he should have chose his vice president needed to compete with her people policy. The fact he chose another white man as his vice president really hurt him.
Do you know that soon as they announced her to run for president, her endorsements went to $1 billion?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Within 24 hours. No, that told you right then and there she was going to win. It's over for him. And it's sad because I feel like the Democrats tricked us.
It's sad. It is. Because I feel like the Democrats tricked as well because I feel like they let Biden run long enough for him to win the nomination, for them to be able to force Kamala in there.
That's what but I thought they were going to do that 2 years into his election because I knew that she was going to become president on him. I knew that was going to happen already. Okay. But I didn't think it was going to happen so close to the reelection. I'm thinking it was going to be, they were only going to let him serve 2 years.
Yeah.
And then he was going to die. Yeah. And then she was going to become president.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I messed up by not having more political talks with this young lady right here because I can see how much she cares about it, and I messed up without what I didn't see that coming. Listen, you can't judge a book by its cover. That's my mistake. You know what I mean? You've been a great guest this evening. I thank you so much for coming on the show. You know,
Thank you.
If you would bless me with another popping up again, you know what I mean? I would love to have you back again.
Yes, definitely. Anytime.
Yeah, you've been a very fiery, opinionated, communicative guest, and I would love to have you back, and I thank you for coming on here.
Yes,
the last
thank you.
two
You're
questions,
welcome.
even though we're over the time, and this is going to be annoying for editing, I'm still going to ask you these last two questions. I always ask you, I got to. All right, so what advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
Get an education. Get an education and get out there and get your own business.
Get an education and get out there and get your own business. I respect that. You know what I mean? Every episode is a time capsule, a snapshot in time, and I wish you a very, very long life. I hope that one day you're 80, 90, very old, right? And I hope that one day you're 80 years old talking shit to somebody one day, and you're like, you know something? I done did so much shit. You know, one day I was on this chubby guy's podcast back in the day talking my shit in 1080p. You know what I mean? I'm going to go pull it up for you right now. So what is a message you would like to say to yourself, 80 years old, pulling up this episode? What is a message you want to have for yourself in the future?
Man, I want to say that I'm excited. I'm excited from the future.
Excited for the future. Great.
I'm excited for the future and to definitely stay up on voting. I would definitely stay up on voting. I would definitely try to encourage all of the younger people to stay up on voting. That's very important. To stay up on politics. That's very important.
I agree with that. Thank you so much for coming here today. As I always say to you people out there, listen, there's a lot of places your ears could be. I'm honored they chose to be with me. When in doubt, use calm honesty to express your vision. And most of all, thanks for listening.